Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live.
Habari Live.
From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Aisha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Habari Ghani, my people. Welcome to another episode of Habari Live. Let's get it going. We are thrilled to bring you the latest edition of Habari Live, your go-to podcast for the pulse of Phoenix and beyond. As always, we are all the way live in Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. I am Damon Ellison and my co-host,
Aisha.
We will be your guide through the exciting stories and everyday happenings in our vibrant community, your weekly dose of inspiration, innovation, and insightful conversations coming from the heart of our city. And let's get it going. First off, the war is still ongoing. The gas prices are still high. Trump is looking like a fool on a global scale. Iran is making him look like an idiot. And, we're just sitting back, man, watching this guy fail on the largest scale, on the largest stage. And this guy is just dropping the ball across the board. And what we see from the military, from Pete Hegseth, from Patel, Cash Patel, and all of his cronies, it's just the worst that we've seen in American history from a cabinet and from a leader. So first off, man, let's go ahead and get into the top stories of the week with Aisha.
Good morning. It's been a wild week this week. It has. But we're going to begin this week here in the Valley in Arizona, in Phoenix, where the police are under scrutiny after a new lawsuit claims that police officers fabricated details in a DUI arrest in order to meet enforcement quotas. The lawsuit alleges misconduct in reporting and raises broader concerns about accountability and policing matters and practices within the department. City officials have not yet responded in full to the lawsuit. However, the case could have significant legal implications if it was proven true. Now, it is my understanding that the reason why this lawsuit came about is because there was a woman in December of 2024 who was about to get married. She was coming to Phoenix to get married. She got pulled over and the officers arrested her on suspicions of DUI. However, she took a breathalyzer on scene, blew triple zeros, and she was still arrested for DUI. It is alleged that on the body cam footage, that the officers could be heard discussing meeting their DUI quotas and was going to arrest her for such, which to me is just wild. What do you think?
It's insane. I was watching a video on YouTube just the other day of another female police officer who pulled over a black man. And the black man had, some Crown Royal in the car. And the seal hadn't even been broken yet. But the officer goes into the car. She sees the bottle. They take him out the car because he had a suspended license. And, this is his first time knowing of this and his first time getting pulled over for it. And when they take him out the car and put him in the other car, she reaches in for the Crown Royal, breaks the seal on it, pours some of it out, then pour some of it in one of his cups and made it as so that he was drunk and under the influence. He refused the breathalyzer. So they used all this to just be like, oh, he was drunk. He was under the influence. Now, to me, the fact that these companies have quotas is disturbing. They shouldn't have quotas. How are you going to have a quota on how many people you arrest for a certain crime? That is going to give your police officers a reason,
Motive.
to go and pull people over for no reason. If you're giving incentive for how many people you arrest, for how many people that you pull over, these cops are going to make up stuff. For they can get the raises, they can get the more bucks, they can get to sergeant, they can get to lieutenant, whatever they're trying to get to, they can get to that by meeting the numbers that the police have put in place. It should be banned all across the country that they are putting in quotas. Oh, you got to arrest a certain amount of people. You got to get a certain amount of drug dealers. You got to get a certain amount of what is that? What is that? Instead of good policing being rewarded, they're rewarding whoever pulls over the most, whoever fucks with the most, whoever arrests the most. They're the best to them. That's garbage. You're not the best police officer because you fuck with the most people, right? That you bother the most people, you set up the most people. But that's the incentive that they're getting, and that's what they're out here doing. They're fucking with people to meet their quotas, to meet their numbers, for they can get the raise, they can get the gold handcuffs on their tie, the silver cuffs, and they can be the man in the department because they're fucking with everybody, setting people up. Now, if it wasn't for cameras, where would we be? These cops would still be getting away with all the crap that they've been getting away with for years. We've all seen all the bullshit they do because of the cams that was put in place. These body cams are needed because these guys, they're people, and people do the wrong thing. And to think just because they're police officers that they're perfect and they don't do anything wrong, it's just misguided.
Right.
You believe that people in every level of life do wrong things. But for some reason, when it comes to the police officer, no, I can't fathom that they would do anything wrong. No way. They took an oath. Like, what? But man, they're just like any other group of people. There's going to be bad people in the bunch. And when you give bad people incentive to do bad things, what do you think they're going to fucking do?
Bad things.
They're going to do everything they can to meet those incentives, meet those quotas, for they can get more money. They can put more, buy more cars, get a bigger house. Quotas should be banned when it comes to police officers. It doesn't need to be quotas. Just good policing, making sure they're there when people need you. What happened to that? Because that's what it's supposed to be. You being there for the people, the people that's in your neighborhoods. The people that you're supposed to be serving and protecting. But instead, you're going around bothering them, pulling them over for bullshit, making up bullshit crimes for you can meet your quota. It's crap, man. And until we get some politicians that's standing up for this bullshit, it's going to keep happening. But yeah, I've said it for years, man. These quotas should be banned. Police stations should not be able to put in quotas. Period. No quotas at all.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to figure out how to measure a good police officer, then you don't need to be in charge. Shit.
I agree. Moving on, in Mississippi, the governor says that he will call a special legislative session to redraw district maps following a recent Supreme Court ruling. The decision is expected to reignite debates over voting rights and political representation as lawmakers face pressure to comply with federal guidelines while navigating partisan tensions.
Well, it's like we're going to have a video later of AOC discussing this, and Democrats have tried to come to the table to get rid of and to ban gerrymandering across the country. But the Republicans have refused. Now they're looking at their situation and they're like, we need more seats. Donald Trump said he needs more seats. So Texas obliges. Governor Hot Wheels, he does what he can to do, and he doesn't give the Texans an opportunity to vote. He just does it. He just puts it in place. They push it through. because they got the majority in Texas, Republicans. They push it through. And they're like, oh, we're just going to kill all the black and brown districts, and we're going to combine them all into Republican districts. The Republicans were happy. They were clapping. They were happy. They were elated. I saw Lindsey Graham. They're all talking shit. And the Republicans talking big. Like, oh, we're going to do it in other states. Yeah, we're going to do it. So they try to do it in Missouri. I think they got an extra one in Missouri. Mm-hmm. They shut down some stuff. They try to do it in Utah and Indiana, but it didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
Right.
So in a way to try to stop these people from trying to take over, use gerrymandering from take over, the Democrats decided, we're going to join the party. We're not going to just sit back and watch these dudes rig it for them. We're going to do some things ourselves. California put it up for a vote. Virginia put it up for a vote. Mm-hmm. The people said, you know what? Yeah, man, we sick of these Republicans cheating, gerrymandering. And then these same people have the audacity to say, oh, Illinois is gerrymandering. Like, they're crazy. Virginia, they're cheating now in California. But y'all was clapping when you did it. You can't clap when you started the shit and then get mad when the other group retaliates. It makes zero sense. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Good morning. Yeah, man, it's insane. Well, shit, it's afternoon now. Morning's over. But anyway, yeah, it's insane that we have people that are out here mad about the gerrymandering. When you started it, it's like punching somebody in the face and being surprised when you get punched back. Oh, you hit me. What? What's going on? Republicans want gerrymandering. They want to cheat. Mm-hmm. So, hey, it hasn't worked out for you because this what cheating gets you. Y'all have been cheating forever in the South. No black people have been in charge. No black people or anything during the whole South. Somehow Republicans run everything. And we're going to say, what? The South is 30% black?
Right.
And somehow they never can get power? We know there's some cheating and gerrymandering going on to the highest level. But they swear, oh, none of that matters. The Democrats are cheating. Like, dog, yeah, they have some gerrymandered districts too. But you can't call it out while doing it.
Right.
And like I said, over the years, many Democrats have come out and said, hey, let's get rid of it. And what the Republicans say? No, let's not do that. No, they don't want to get rid of it. So, hey, this is what it is. This is what it is. And if you don't believe it, go look it up. See how many times they've tried to get rid of gerrymandering, and the Republicans have blocked it. When are black people going to fight with Trump and do like they did in the past years and not take what Trump says and does this? How to take her? Hey, I don't know what the hell you're trying to say, my brother. But I agree. We do need to fight against Trump. Most of us voted against Trump. Most of the black population voted. I mean, we have some people online, the Hodge brothers or whatever they call it, the Hodgson twins or whatever. All these cats online, these MAGA cats that's black. It's not that many of them. It was a higher percentage of black men that voted for Trump, but most of us voted against this mess in both elections, in all three elections that Trump has been in. The people that want this are the people that voted for this overwhelmingly. Catholics, they voted overwhelmingly when Biden was in there. Catholics, they voted for Biden. It was about half and half. A little bit more for the Democrats. But when Kamala came into the picture, their voting base switched. They were not voting for the black woman. Mm-hmm. They weren't feeling that. And it was between the two white men. Most people, it was pretty much split between Democrats and Republicans. But when the Catholic votes saw a dark face, they were not feeling that. So the country has a long way to go, man. And I don't know, man, if how many people care about someone's skin color when it's supposed to be about their character, as they always say. They love to speak about Martin Luther King and say these type things, saying color don't matter. But every time a person of color is in the situation, they flip they fucking lids. So obviously color does matter.
Right.
What else you got, man?
For sure. Moving on. A federal appeals court has ruled that Trump's asylum ban at the southern border is illegal. The court determined the policy violated existing immigration law, marking a major setback for efforts to restrict asylum access and potentially shape the future for border policy discussions or decisions nationwide.
Mm.
I'm glad that they ruled it as illegal. You have to be able to give people a way to seek asylum, not ban them from getting asylum.
I mean, this is what the Republican Party wants. They don't want people coming here, period. So this is their entire base. This is what they're living on right now. They don't want people here. They don't want people coming here. Even though, like I said, man, a lot of time, this is the basis of what people supposedly love about America. This is what the Statue of Liberty says. This is about us giving people a chance to experience what America is about. We used to say the American dream, but that's been dead for a couple decades now.
Yes, it has.
But anyway, this is what it's supposed to be about. A lot of Trump's executive orders have been found to be illegal. A lot of Trump's and Project 2025 or 2024, whatever the hell it was, a lot of the stuff they have in there and a lot of things that they wanted to put forward is illegal. The tariffs deemed illegal. Taking away asylum deemed illegal. Trying to take away birthright citizenship deemed illegal. These things that this guy is trying to do is trying to change the entire principle, the foundation of what you guys call the forefathers, the founding fathers of this government, not this land, but this government. And it's supposed to be something you guys look at as, you used to always hear the Republicans, I'll have a constitution in my pocket, because they cared about the Constitution so much. But now, I mean, that guy's stepping on it, shitting on it, wiping his booty with it, stomping his feet all on it. And they're like, that's our guy. Doesn't matter. Anybody else has anything to say against the Constitution, y'all lose y'all motherfucking mind. But since it's a Republican leader, it's cool. He can do whatever he wants. Who cares about the Constitution? Who cares about the rules? It's just amazing, man. And luckily, our judicial branch is holding and keeping these guys in check, because without it, this would be Germany in 1940. Because this is the type people that we have in charge right now. And they would do whatever they can to put us in the worst position, especially people of color, women, disabled people, gay people. No, definitely trans people. Anybody that they deem less than them would have it very difficult if it wasn't for the court system in America today.
Right.
What you got?
Moving on. The U.S. Justice Department is moving to expand their execution methods, now allowing the use of firing squads in federal death penalty cases. The move is part of a broader effort to ramp up capital punishment and comes amid ongoing debates over the ethics and legality of execution methods in the United States. Mind you, prior to Trump's first term, we had not really had any federal executions take place prior to the 2000s, right? But under Trump's first term, I think there was 13 individuals that was executed under him.
Right.
So I mean, this is a lot. There are a few states that already have a firing squad as a form of execution for death row inmates.
Hmm.
So he's now going to be allowing this to take place on a federal level again.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's cruel. This administration is cruel, and they want to put in the cruelest tactics that they can put in, so they can say that they are the ones that are lowering crime, and they're doing all this tough stuff that's making people not want to commit crimes. So that's what they're doing, and it's just cruelty and a whole bunch of garbage. So I don't know who gets off on this type stuff. This Pete Hegseth and Trump thumping their chest like they're tough guys, but eh, it's fake. We know they're not tough. So rolling with the Wild West, look up the Southern. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about that, and the fact that you guys think that you have something on this, on the Republicans really thinks they're doing something by protecting racists. It's craziness to me. You know, we know about the Poverty Law Center, and most people know about them and what they've done to keep up with how many racist groups, right wing racist groups exist in America, and the right hate it. They want them gone because they don't like that people are counting their hate groups and putting them in categories. They don't like it. You know, if it's just like two people and his cousin, and then they split off, and then that says that they're not, like, get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here, man. We don't care who you are. If you are coming and speaking on hate, preaching hate, pushing hate, you're gonna be called a hate group if it's a bunch of y'all. I mean, it's normal. That's the way it is. You're gonna talk about you hate people and it's 5, 6, 7 of y'all, then we might look at y'all as a hate group. Oh, they're making people hate groups that aren't even hate groups. Fuck out of here. They're all pieces of shit. Yeah, he said we should take care of Americans first, not immigrants. Well, why are we in Iran right now? Why are we in the Strait Hormuz right now? Is that America? Are those Americans? Your president isn't listening to you. He's talking about taking over Cuba. He was in Venezuela talking about bombing shit, spending money. Every day we spend damn near $1 billion.
Taking over Greenland.
He's talking about going everywhere except America. He said that he doesn't have money to help Americans, healthcare, daycare, Medicare, any care. He don't give a fuck. He said he don't have it. So y'all that have been sitting around talking for years how we should care just about America. He don't give a fuck, and he's not doing anything to help Americans. Only thing he's trying to do is help his rich buddies.
Line his pocket.
That's it. That's it. Only reason he care about the Strait of Hormuz is because it's hurting the people that he worked for, that's giving him money. Things have gone down because no one is going to let Trump do what he wants to do. Trump is a hate, and yeah, I agree. He's definitely helping the hate groups right now. He's not going after them. He's suing the people who, the SPLC. I mean, he's doing everything he can to protect them, giving them jobs in ICE, pardoning them for January 6th. And we sit around, he's not racist. He hired a black person. Like dumb shit, man. That's how low the bar is. Like, you can't be racist. I mean, you're still racist. You see what Pete Hegseth is doing. Anybody that's black is just immediately fired in the military, or they can't get their promotion that they was promised. It's pretty simple what's going on. But we can sit around and act like these things are surprising when we see what the fuck is going on, man. Right. You got anything else?
Yeah. Lastly, a woman in Ohio is now being convicted of stealing from a labor union She's now facing new charges. This time, she's accused of stealing from a local business who gave her a second chance. Authorities say that the latest allegations point to a pattern of financial crimes, and the case is currently moving through the courts. Allegedly, Diana Frey, who's 66 years old, she was previously served time in prison for embezzling over $700,000 from a labor union. She was indicted on this in April of 2026 for allegedly stealing from her new employer. The prosecutors are alleging that after being hired by Will Tommen, which is a moving and storage company in St. Bernard, Ohio, following her 2014 release from prison, she began stealing almost immediately. She's accused of stealing between $300,000 and $400,000 by manipulating financial records and inflating the payroll accounts for many people. I mean, this is just crazy. The fact that, she went to prison for stealing $700,000 from a labor union. She gets out of jail after pleading guilty and serving time and immediately goes back to doing the same thing again and has now stolen over $400,000 from a new employer. That's crazy. But, they care about fraud so much.
I mean, I get it, but this, like I said, man, people like this make it hard for everyone else. People don't want to give people second chances, and a person like this who do get a second chance and they go and they do the same thing. That's how I look at it. Like, you're fucking it for everybody who's trying to change their lives and do something different. You come out of jail and do the same shit that you were doing before you left out, and a person like this that's comfortable. She's probably been doing stuff like this for years, and felt really comfortable that she wasn't gonna get caught. But when the shit switched and she got caught, she's like, dang, I didn't think, and especially being older, she's probably been doing it since she was young, stealing money.
Well, they say that her previous conviction, Frey was the president of the Cincinnati Organized and Dedicated Employees Union, where she pled guilty, like I said, in 2011 for federal wire fraud for embezzling over $700,000 from that union. She did that between 2005 and 2011 when she actually pled guilty to that initial crime. She only served about 3 or 4 years in prison, and then she gets out in 2014. She gets a new employer and does the same thing. She nearly bankrupted the previous employer by stealing the $700,000. And now she's trying to do it again. I mean, this is something that's been ongoing for over 20 years. So she's been doing this at least since she was in her mid-40s,
right,
stealing from companies.
Right. And probably before then. Like I said, she's so comfortable. And she gets right into the company and just starts stealing
again. Right. Immediately.
So that means she's been doing these things forever.
And thought she wasn't going to get caught a second time.
Well, I mean, she's just comfortable. So she didn't think that, no.
And the sad part about it is that she's reportedly currently out on supervised release while currently making restitution payments to her previous employer for wire fraud.
Man, why would they give her the same job though?
That's my thought.
Dumb,
that's my
dumb
question.
that you have to be to hire a person that that was fraudulent for the same job and give her the same access that she had before she.
You gonna give her access to all this money in the company?
She shouldn't have no access to those type things.
No access to any of the business credit cards or accounts.
Hell no. We just asking her to commit the crime. Like, dog, we can't put her in that situation. I know that's what she do, but we're not going to put her in the position where she has access to the books. She's going to be something else. We could put her in HR. We could put her in something
I'm not
else.
even putting her in HR.
But if she could be a person in HR that doesn't have access to the actual books.
If she doing HR, she got access to employee files. So that means she can put hours or money onto her account, onto her paycheck to say that this is what she did and she gonna get money from it.
They can take away access. I mean, it's easy. Security protocols.
She should have been call center. Hey, how can I help you?
Right, but I mean, like I said, they shouldn't have gave her access
Reception.
to the books and to the payroll.
To no money.
Right, she shouldn't have had access to that. That's a drop of the ball from the people who are
Who was
running
giving
the
her a
place
second
and
chance.
hiring her. Like, let's not put her in a position where she can just, she's going to be tempted to do the shit. So that was dumb. But well, hopefully this time she spend more time in jail. She's older now. I don't know what the hell she was thinking.
Who
But,
knows?
hey,
But, you know, we're going to see how the case play out.
Greed is a motherfucker. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into the topics for the day, man. And if Trump wins, we lose. Shit, Trump already won, man. Only thing we can say is we're 2 years in almost. And that's the only thing we can say. Well, and we can win November. That would make it a lot easier for us if we win that. And you know, and we can take away some of the powers. And I mean, because we got Congress and the Senate with these guys. The Republicans aren't doing shit, baby. They haven't passed a bill. They ain't doing nothing, man. Like, it's sad. But you know, once they're done and they're done, you know, they had their time to put something forward to help the American people. They've had all this time, man. The only thing they've done is the big beautiful bill, which is trash. You know, he think that everybody, oh well, anybody that works overtime and anybody that works for tips.
Mm-hmm.
These are small percentages of people, man, that work this stuff. Most people don't get the opportunity for overtime. So I mean, it's crazy. I know it helps some people, but not a lot. And then they put restrictions on it and amounts that you could make and the amounts that you can because it's only for taxes. You know, no real incentive has come from these motherfuckers. Free the world from Israel. Hey man, I don't agree with Israel and a lot of things they're doing, but I don't know if we need to free the entire world. But they definitely are on some bull, man. I do not like what the Israel government is doing right now. It's insane. But we'll see what happens with them and Hezbollah and Lebanon. Hopefully they can come to an agreement and stop bombing Lebanon and what like they've been doing. These guys just going around fighting with everybody in the Middle East right now. And Trump is, you know, instead of caging their pit bull, which is Israel, he's letting them loose. He's let the pit bull loose to do whatever the hell he wants. And he's terrorizing the neighborhood in the Middle East right now. But right now, man, we're going to talk about the SPLC. Someone brought it up earlier. Is this justice or political retaliation or protection for the KKK? I think it is protection for the KKK and these hate groups.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I think it is, man. I just don't think that these guys have, they're not thinking about you and I. It's about them. It's about them, man. I don't know if they the new Nazi Germany, but they definitely have done some horrible things over this last couple years. You know, it's not really debatable because we've seen them killing kids in Gaza, murdering families, bombing people, bombing the public infrastructure, just killing journalists, taking them out. We know they're all doing this. They know what they're doing, man, and they're taking out these people. It's pretty disgusting. But I don't know if they to the levels of Nazi Germany. I can't say that. But they definitely have done some things that I disagree with these last couple years. But this shit is just disgusting, man. And I don't know why the right, well, I know why, because they're racist. Mm-hmm. But they love to go after anybody that they deem is coming after the right. And the SPLC is something that they deem as coming after the right. Go ahead.
For sure. Today, we're going to break down a major and controversial story. Like he was saying, the Southern Poverty Law Center, one of the most well-known civil rights organizations in the country. And they've now been indicted on federal charges. So we're going to go ahead and break all of that down, what that means, and how you may be able to provide your input.
Yeah, man, because what we're talking about is 11 federal counts, including wire fraud, bank fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The Justice Department alleges that between 2014 and 2023, the SPLC used over $3 million in donor funds to pay informants connected to extremist groups, including the KKK. Now, let's go ahead and run the video of Todd Blanche talking about the SPLC and what crimes they have committed.
Injured dozens more. This particular person being paid by the SPLC allegedly received approximately $270,000 over the course of 8 years. In total, according to the indictment, between 2014 and 2023, SPLC paid at least $3 million to 8 individuals at least. These individuals were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan, United Klans of America, National Socialist Movement, Aryan Nations affiliated Sadistic Souls Motorcycle Club, the Nationalist Socialist Party of America, Nazis, and the American Front. Now, as the indictment lays out, after SPLC paid members of these extremist groups, it created work product that reported on these activities that the members participated in or contributed to. And to that end, it was doing the exact opposite of what it's told its donors it was doing. Not dismantling extremism, but funding it. To carry out this scheme, SPLC created bank accounts in the name of at least 5 completely fictitious organizations that had no bona fide employees or legitimate business purpose. The money was passed from SPLC to one sham account to a second sham account and then loaded onto prepaid cards.
You know that's how the police departments pay they.
What they supposed to use the SPLC account and just give the guy a SPLC card for he can spend the money? You fucking idiot!
Right.
Dog, I can't believe these people are this dumb. Like, this case is going to be kicked so fucking far. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. This is the dumbest case I've ever seen in my life. You want to arrest them because they were paying people to get information from KKK groups. You're trying to protect the KKK groups? You feel bad for them that they're getting infiltrated? What is it that you're trying to protect that makes no fucking sense? It makes no sense. It makes zero sense. Oh, well, they're not doing what they... That is what they said they are doing. They are going after and trying to figure out which hate groups are growing, who's in the hate groups. How are they going to find that out? You think they just going to walk up? Hi, guys. I'm from the SPLC. Can you tell me who's in the hate group over here? You think that's how it's going to work? You can't be this fucking dumb. They're going to have to pay people under the table to infiltrate these groups, tell you what's going on, how many people are in the fucking groups. The fact that you are fucking protecting them shows that you're just protecting racism. It doesn't matter the case that you're trying to bring against the SPLC. We see it. Look what you just said. Oh, Nazi group, KKK group, Aryan Nation group. And they're funding it. Unless you can find proof, you fucking idiots, that they are funding the groups for they can grow or they can get guns. You didn't say that. Did you say that they are funding the groups for they can have locations to go to? They're paying individuals, you fucking idiots. Like, dog, this is the dumb, that waste of fucking tax money. Waste of tax. This is a waste of tax money because they want to show that they are with the fucking racists. We already know that. I'm a moron and I'm an idiot. If you believe this fucking case, you are dumb as fuck. You're the moron. While you calling people names, you're dumb. You have to be the dumbest person ever. The SPLC has to pay informants to find out what is going on in these fucking hate groups.
Just like the police play informants.
Just like any other fucking CIA, FBI, DEA.
They all use
informants, paid informants. What
Paid
the
informants.
fuck, dog? You would lose half of your cases if you threw out the cases if the fucking groups had fucking informants. And if you wanted to throw out all informants, then you would throw out most of the fucking police cases that they get. This is ignorance, dog, to the highest extreme. Go ahead.
You're right. But now let's be clear about these allegations, because they are just that right now. Allegations. The SPLC is denying wrongdoing, and they say that this is a politically motivated attack. I mean, it seems like it. But they also argue that those informants were used to infiltrate dangerous groups, gather intelligence, and help prevent violent crimes from happening.
What
But
other
you
reason
want
are
them
they
to-
there?
Do you want violent crimes to happen from these extremist racist groups? You're okay with that?
Right. I mean, duh. What other reason are they paying informants? They got to get the information to know who's in these groups, man. I don't know how else that you think they're gonna knock. Hey guys. Hey, hi. It's the SPLC. We're here to ask you guys how many people are in your gang. How are you doing? How you guys doing today?
How many people in your gang are
How many-
racist?
I mean, we already know it's a racing game. It's called Aryan Nation. But I'm saying, how do you think how many people are in these fucking groups? How do you think they're going to know? Somebody has to tell them that's in the fucking group. I mean, it's so fucking dumb, dog. So dumb. It makes zero sense. You're going to protect the white nationalist groups. You're going to protect the Nazi groups. I mean, listen to the groups he read off. Every group that he read off was racist as fuck. What do they need protection for, dog? When the informant narrative falls apart, they'll end saying it's all okay. Ends justify all means. I mean, the informant narrative is weak as hell. It's weak. I mean, that is a weak ass case. Where, well, they're paying informants, and that's not what they're told their donors. You think that their donors don't know that the SPLC has fucking informants? How do you think they are finding this information out about these groups? Anybody with a brain know that they have to have insider people. And how are you going to get insider people? You gotta fucking pay them. You gotta pay them. That's the way it works. They've been doing this since Nixon. With Pro COINTEL or COINTEL Pro or whatever it was fucking called. That's the way it is. They've always used informants. Informants got Malcolm X killed. Informants got all these people killed, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, how can you put the payments out in the open to an informant? If the informant's bank account is just showing, hey, the SPLC gave him a payment, he's going to get caught by the other people that he's fucking working with. You can't leave evidence for something you're trying to hide, you idiots. Oh my fucking God, y'all dumb as fuck, dog. You can't just give them checks with SPLC on it, dog. This is supposed to be a secret. You have to hide the accounts. If the guys get caught, then you lose the informant. They go on the guy's phone and check his bank account. They're like, oh, we think that this guy is getting paid from the government. And there's a check in there from the SPLC. Yeah, it's straight from us. How fucking dumb is that? Dog, I swear to God. Y'all can't be this dumb, man. Y'all can't be this dumb. You can't be this fucking dumb. Like, yes, they're going to hide the payments. Do you think the police, when they're paying informants, just put a San Diego Police Department on the check and they just send it to them? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't be this slow.
All forms of government agencies who
Oh
use
man,
paid
dog.
informants have secret accounts.
Yes, that's common sense.
They're not going to say, hey, John Smith is getting a payment from the Phoenix Police Department
Right.
as a paid
If
informant.
you can find that information in the books, then the crooks can find that information out, and they can kill
And
the
target
informant.
them.
I mean, that's pretty common sense. They're gonna pay you under the table. They're gonna pay you in a way where it's not going back to them.
It's not going to be traceable back to them.
I mean, that's common sense. So right away, we've got two very different narratives. The government says this was fraud. SPLC says this was necessary investigative work that
Yep.
they were building on.
Mm-hmm. And that's where this story gets complicated, because both things can be sound plausible depending on how you look at it. I mean, on one hand, yeah, we don't. Why are they paying informants, right? That's how y'all are looking at it, right? But on the other hand, shouldn't you also be looking at it as, well, if this organization is using paid informants, what other groups are using paid informants? Someone in your family could be a paid informant, and you will never know.
I mean, what is the reason to do paid informants if everybody can just find out who the paid informants are? I mean, that's common sense. You want to keep it a secret. If everybody knew it, how the fuck would you find out the information you need? Like, it's so dumb. You don't want the SPLC to find out about hate groups? Is that who you're trying to protect? Because that's what it looks like right now.
They don't want any of the hate groups being publicized.
Right. Because then, you find out that the local sheriff is in a hate group. That the local governor is in a hate group. They don't like that. So they need to protect them. Because that's the only thing that makes sense in this situation. Because they're fucking, what their allegations are dumb as fuck. Democrats have been.
You mean the Republicans?
Dog, the SPLC is not a Democratic group. And see, the fact that you think that the group that's going after the hate is Democrats, but they're undercover paying for the hate that's in the South, who always vote Republican, and Republicans run every state. Y'all are so fucking confused. What state in the South? The South is where the KKK is from. The South. What state in the South is Democratic ran? Tell me that, Mr. David Rowe. Tell me that. What state in the South is ran by Democrats? None? Zero? Not one? They're all Republican ran states. The KKK has been from the South since day one. Y'all want to sit around and say political parties. We know the South used to be the Dixie Democrats. They aren't anymore. Where is Dixie? The South. Like, stop trying to put off y'all hate and bullshit on everybody else. Take responsibility. When we get into a conversation about the flag, you say that's my heritage. But now you don't believe in that heritage now? That's the North that believes in the fucking flag? Shut the fuck up. It's a Southern flag, Southern fucking heritage that y'all fight for, the Confederates. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to put it off on somebody else. It's so fucking dumb. Read a fucking book, you idiot. Those people been doing that shit for years to us, bro. They all need to go to jail for what stupid they've been doing. Hey, racists, they try to use Jedi mind tricks, and some people are dumb enough to fall for it. Mm-hmm. We seen Nick Cannon falling for it, and what was the chick he was with the tattoo on her forehead? I forget her name, but anyway, that Nick Cannon fell for it, and there's a lot of other black people fall for it too. Mm-hmm. Oh, the Democrats started the KKK. Yeah, the Democrats used to be the party of the South. Yeah, the South has always been racist. We had to fight a war with them because they wanted people to be slaves. Those are the people. Stop trying to point to everybody else. It's the South. It's Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, where all the stupid shit happens day by day. When they trying to put it off and act like they're not the fucking racists. Oh, it's the Democrats. Fucking idiots. Be proud of your states. Be proud that we had to make y'all take down the Confederate flags from the government's buildings. They didn't want to do it. They still have them up if it was up to them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still have them up. It's amazing. You'll find out who started the KKK and who passed civil rights. We know who passed civil rights. Democrats. That's the reason why people don't vote for Democrats anymore. Because Lyndon B. Johnson was a Dixie Democrat, and he traded on y'all and voted with Martin Luther King them to put in place what Kennedy wanted. They were Democrats, dumbass. You don't know shit, man. Y'all don't know shit, dude. Y'all turned on the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, because they gave black people the rights to vote, voting rights bill, the Civil Rights Act. And y'all got mad and said, fuck the Democrat Party. We're going to Republicans. And the South has been red ever since. You can say it all you want to, but the South is the KKK. And the Democrats don't have a foothold in the South. It's dumb that y'all keep saying it. It just makes you look so fucking dumb. You look dumb. You look dumb. We don't have to read up on which party voted for civil rights. We already know. We already know the Democrats, the one who voted for it. It was under fucking Kennedy. Who was a Democrat? What are you talking about? Like, y'all so dumb. Y'all wanted segregation now, segregation forever. That's what y'all wanted. That's what y'all was speaking. That's what the Republicans was yelling and still yelling to this day.
Yup.
And y'all against the SPLC. Oh, they're racist. Yeah, right. The people that's going after the groups that are hate, y'all don't like them. Y'all show y'all true colors every day. But let's start with the government and saying, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, dumbass, says this case is not political, even though it is 100%. The SPLC misled donors about how their money was being used. Like the donors don't know that they have informants.
Right.
Who are you? Which donor came to you and said, hey, we don't like how they're using our money? No one. Y'all are making this shit up. No one came to you. You're just making it up.
Yeah, that was your Chappelle impression.
Oh, man.
But for sure, we already played the clip, so we could just go ahead and skip that part.
No, we have another clip.
Play Todd Blanche.
Play the second one there. Second one right there.
Donald Trump is protecting the Ku Klux Klan. The Justice Department has indicted the Southern Poverty Law Center, a 55-year-old civil rights organization, for paying informants to infiltrate white supremacist groups like the Klan. The government indictment claims that SPLC defrauded its donors by using donor money to fund the KKK. But do you realize how illogical that is? The Trump administration is claiming that a civil rights group that has been fighting the Klan for 6 decades was actually funding the Klan just because it paid people to pretend like they were Klan members to collect intelligence. This case is not about fraud. Trump doesn't care about that. He's got $500 million in fraud judgments against him. This is about protecting Trump's allies and targeting his enemies. The Klan is part of Trump's base. If you surveyed every Klan member in America, you probably won't find a single one who supports the SPLC, but you'll find plenty who support Donald Trump. That's because they know Trump's history. They know that his father, Fred Trump, was arrested at a Klan rally in 1927. They know that former Klan leader David Duke endorsed Trump in 2016. They know that Trump told the white supremacist Proud Boys to stand back and stand by in 2020. And they know that Trump is still helping them in 2026 as he drops charges against the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers who were convicted for their role in the January 6th insurrection. The SPLC indictment is part of a larger plot to turn civil rights laws against the people they were designed to protect. because in Trump's twisted vision of America, white people are the only real victims of racism. The Trump administration had the choice between defending civil rights groups or defending the Klan. Trump chose the Klan. That's not a dog whistle. That's a bullhorn.
Now, you can try to tell me all you want that he's trying to help the Nazis. I mean, the fact that you guys are like, oh yeah, the SPLC is going to jail. Yeah, they're going down. Like, you're for the Nazis. You're fighting for the Nazis openly. Why you sit there and say, oh, the Democrats are the KKK?
They racist.
It makes
too.
no sense. Why are you protecting the fucking racists?
They racist too.
Like, they're putting the SPLC is doing what they can to stop hate groups. Right, exactly. SPLC is leftist, communist, right, exactly. We know when you say things like that they're on the right track fighting hate. You guys are just mad that your KKK uncle went to fucking jail.
But got the nerve to call themselves Jesus Saves.
Kills me, man. Like, y'all call yourself religious while fighting for Nazis. Openly fighting for Nazis and their rights. Trump is very racist. Trump is very, I don't have to lie. It's racist.
Right.
Racist.
Trump needs somebody to blame.
He definitely does. Always. But you look at the language, man. The DOJ is essentially saying the SPLC wasn't just monitoring extremism, like the guy said in the video. They were allegedly funding it through these informants. So they're taking the money to the informants, and somehow they're saying, hey guys, we're cool with you. We like you guys. But they're only paying one person. Now, if they were paying the entire group and they were giving money to everyone in the group and they were aiding the group,
say that they
then
were
you
paying.
say, but if you're paying one person for information and data, that's not funding the KKK, you dumbass. That's one individual. Unless that individual is the leader of that group, then you're not funding that fucking group. It's the dumbest shit. This is the dumbest case I've ever seen in my life. White people show the world they are clearly physically extensions of Evelyn.
Evil on earth.
Oh, it's a.
It was just a run-on
I
sentence.
see. Evil on earth. They say he isn't racist because he shares the same value as he. Exactly. Exactly. So if the SPLC is racist for going after racist groups. Boy, y'all sound so fucking dumb and desperate, dog. Your stories doesn't match. They've been going after the hate groups for 55 years.
Since 1971.
They've given you data on who's in the groups, how many groups are out there,
how many members are in the group.
They're telling us all this information, and y'all saying that they're funding it. Wouldn't funding it, and if they was helping them, wouldn't it be to just shut down?
Right.
And stop existing? Wouldn't that help them? Why would it help that the SPLC every year is telling everybody how many people are in these groups, where the group is located, what they're doing, what they're trying to do? That is not good for those groups. So to sit here and act like they're doing something that's helping them while out there telling everything they can about this group makes zero fucking sense. But only a dumbass who voted for Trump would see the fucking logic in that stupid shit.
Right. But here's the backlash. Here's the pushback. The SPLC is now saying that those payments were part of their undercover work. Informants who risked their lives to infiltrate these extremist groups, and the organization says that the information was shared with law enforcement that helped save lives.
There you go. Easily proven. Easily proven. Was the information given to the law enforcement? If law enforcement says yes, they were getting data from SPLC to go and arrest hate groups, what the fuck are y'all talking about? There's nothing to be talked about. You right, man. D Temple. They don't care about the fucking truth. You right. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about with this shit. They don't care about the police. They don't care. they just want more hate groups out here because they're part of them. The truth don't matter. You're exactly right. You'll have to be a fool to believe some people spread Trump has proven over and over he's not a racist. And how? How is he proving he isn't a racist? So please tell me. Oh, another person asked why we stopped taking calls. I don't know, bro.
It's just something we do later in the show.
Yeah, sometimes we take calls, sometimes we don't. It's just, I don't know why we stopped taking calls. I don't know. But anyway, Trump has never proved that he's not a racist to me. With his actions and the people that he's hired, Hexa firing all black people, firing women. This guy talking about DEI and civil rights hurt white people. Those type statements don't help his situation. Mm-hmm. When you say civil rights for black people hurt white people, you're just saying I'm a racist out loud. I mean, it's pretty open racist shit. SPLC is an extreme racist cake. How when they're turning them into the law? How when they're getting them arrested? How when they feed all the data that they get to the local police? How is that working for them when they're turning them in? Y'all say anything, man. And I bet y'all believe that Trump is Lord and Savior. I bet you believe that. You get on your knees and pray to Trump at night, huh? I bet you do. I bet you do. God bless America. Hey, Trump was cussing out the Pope the other day.
Right.
He doesn't care about your religion. He wants the Pope to believe in war. And that's y'all guy, y'all person. Like y'all, man, y'all shit is, man, y'all need help, man. Y'all need help. Democrats are openly fat, racist, broke bitches. You're stupid as fuck, dude. You need help, man. Straight up. Historically, these people have always used informants, and it's not new at all. Law enforcement does it. Journalists do it. Researchers do it. The question is whether the SPLC crossed a legal line in how they handled the money. Mm-hmm. Nah, man. Everybody knows these people been doing this for years. Anybody with common sense know that they had insiders.
Exactly. Because the legal issue isn't just about paying the informants. It's about how the money was moved. And the DOJ claims that they were shell accounts and false statements were made to the banks.
Yes. They have to make shell accounts. They can't just pay them out as the SPLs. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars. I cannot believe that this is being that some Todd Blanche, dog. You are a piece of shit, my brother. I can see why they brought you in. That Pam Bondi, she was standing up to Trump on some of these cases, saying, "No, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit." Todd Blanche, I'll do it, Trump. I'll do it. He's an idiot, dog. I can't believe this dude. He has no fucking. I hope you go to jail after this is done. The people you're going after, and the shit is just Trump's hit list of people, and the SPLC is on there because his donors don't like the SPLC. Period. That's all this is about, man.
Yep.
That's all it's about. This shit doesn't make 0 cents. And Todd Blanche just doing things that Trump said he wants done, and Pam Bondi wouldn't do it. Pam Bondi refused to push this case. She was dumb as fuck, but she refused to push this case through. Todd Blanche, I'll do it. I'll do it, Mr. Trump. Dumb as fuck, dog. Can't believe this dude, man. This dude is, he doesn't care how much proof is there. He didn't put out any proof. He just straight out put out, well, they're paying informants. People on the KKK. Okay, that's pretty normal. And that's his case. Like, what? That's it. These people are the same people who are saying that what happened under Biden's administrations was unprecedented, that he went after Trump for January 6th.
Right.
It was unprecedented. that someone that went after a president. Well, it was unprecedented that a president pushed people to try to push out politicians on January 6th so they cannot rectify or ratify
The
election. That's never happened before. I know y'all believe, oh, Trump, he just does whatever the fuck he wants to. He was supposed to go to jail for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, what is it? Taiwan right now, their dude who tried to do that shit, he's in jail.
Yep.
He's in jail right now.
For trying to copy something Trump did.
He's in jail. Where's Trump? He's the fucking president. Insurrection. He should have been locked up for what he did. We give him the president. We give him, hey, here you go. Here's the keys to the country. We don't want the person who was a lawyer, the person that worked for the law, the person that was a prosecutor, the person that was a district attorney. We don't want her. We want the actual felon. And this is the group who is talking about we're pro-police, blue thin line. We're for the police. But you voted for the felon? Nah, you're for white. You're for white. You're for whiteness. You're for white supremacy. Because you voted for a person who was the opposite of a person who was with the police. She was a prosecutor. You would think that you guys would love that. But no. You're with the felon. Because racism means more than laws. Way more. Way more. We'd rather see racism than laws put in place. Right. Yeah, Kamala was stupid. Right. And we see this president doing the dumbest shit in the history of America right now. As Iran is fleecing this man, he is getting outmaneuvered daily by Iran. They're killing him. Killing him. And if all this shit is true, man, which we know this shit is not true, the SPLC have not done this shit. We know that. We know it. It's no fucking fraud. But if this was standard covert practices that donors understood or would reasonably expect, I think that donors understand what they're doing. And if there was no donors that stepped up and said, hey, I feel as though these guys are misusing my money. What is your case, my guy? You're just making up shit, feel as though you're fucking talking for the donors? Man, Iran is bending Trump over. He done released billions of dollars to them. He talked shit about Obama giving them money, and he's giving them 10 times more money. He said that he's going to bomb them we're going to bomb. He ain't did shit. Taco again, like every time. Taco. Talk shit and don't back it up. They're indicted by a fucking garbage, fraudulent DOJ FBI. They're going to lose this case like they lose everything. Trump has lost every fucking case. He's lost everything. They're going to lose this case, man. Let's go into some deeper context of this segment.
Sure. Let's zoom out because this isn't happening in a vacuum. The SPLC has had a long, intense relationship with conservatives and the Trump administration.
Yeah. Trump, like he's fighting the Pope, like he's fighting any group that helps out minorities, any group that help out people that are black and brown, he's against them. He's against everyone that is dark skinned. What the fuck has the SPLC did to this man? I mean, seriously, this is dumb. You don't like it that they're going after white supremacist groups? Is that hurting you? This is dumb. This is dumb as fuck. And our dollars are being wasted on this stupid ass shit. 2025, the FBI cut ties with the SPLC. They don't want to know the crime that's going on in white supremacist groups. So they cut ties. They don't even care anymore. That's how much they care about black people and brown people and the things that's going on. They don't even want to know the information that's coming from the SPLC, who is trying to curtail these white supremacist groups who have done a lot of damage in the past. A lot of damage these groups have done over the years. A lot. They've been working together for years with the FBI. Director Kash Patel, he called the organization a partisan smear machine. Because the right is connected to racism and hate. They are connected to racism and hate, and they can't stop taking up for the Nazis. So they look at anybody who's saying anything about the Nazis and the KKK groups, that's smearing them. Because all of these groups are white, right-wing groups. So that makes to them is, oh, they're hurting us. Craziness, man. And then, it's the Democrats who are the KKK while they're protecting the groups that everybody is supposed to be fighting against. This is disgusting stuff, dog. And then the part that's sickening to me is they will not stand up for the things they believe in. That's what make you guys even sick people, man. We're not racist. Trump's not racist. No one's racist. But we're going to fight against the group that's trying to hold racist groups accountable.
Right.
We're going to go after DEI. We're going to go after black people. We're going to fire all of them. We're going to do everything we can because we think that black people got jobs they don't deserve. Oh, but they're not racist, though. Fuck out of here. Go ahead.
For sure. And the conservatives have argued for years that the SPLC has unfairly labeled right-wing organizations as extremists. So when this indictment drops, people are already looking at it through a political lens.
Right, because like I said, they're always right-wing groups. And that's what hurts them. That's what they don't like because they're always right-wing. There's never left-wing groups that's going around killing people and hating people, even though they try to make up Antifa. They try to make up Antifa, make up all these groups, but for some reason no one knows with their existence. They don't have any fucking informants in the Antifa, but they got them in the KKK. They got them in the Nazi groups. They got it in their Aryan Nation groups.
Right.
And where are these groups from? Most of them across the South. There's a lot of them in Arizona. There's a lot of them in Oregon. All the white states. The whiter the state, the more hate groups there are all in the state, which is amazing. Like, they don't even see any brown people, but they still hate them. It's like, we're going to make a whole bunch of hate groups where they won't even think about even moving here because we hate them so much. Shit, a lot of people still profiting from racism though, bro. That's the problem. People are still profiting from hate. They love it. It's the SPLC created hate by it, man. Like this is y'all problem. Like y'all try to say that the black people are the people that are racist because they keep talking about racism. That's how y'all are. The people who try to protect you, the people who try to call it out, oh, you're racist. But anytime you see racism and see some racist shit, you don't have any problem. But the people who stand up and try to fight, oh, they're racist. Y'all are ridiculous. Get a fucking life. Oh, you fucking losers. Fake BLM guy that wanted to have them take the blame for his crime. What are you even talking about, man? I swear y'all lived like 10 years ago. No one talks about Black Lives Matters anymore. Like, I don't even know what y'all even bring it up for. It's so dumb. Y'all live in the fucking past. Y'all still talking about Obama. He was a fucking a decade ago. Let it go. Are you black if you vote for Trump? What do we call people who vote for Trump nowadays? Most people call them coons and sellouts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're voting for a guy who openly saying that all black people get jobs. It's because they're black. And civil rights for black people hurt white people. You're voting for a guy who openly says Somalia people are dumb. Anybody that's dark skinned, first thing he say is low IQ. Like, we don't fucking see. Like, y'all dumb. Y'all that dumb that y'all think we don't see what the fuck's going on. Like, y'all come in my comment section, the first thing y'all say is some racist shit. And then it's, oh, the Democrats are racist. But I never see any liberals coming here talking like MAGA does.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. They always want to point the racism at the Democrats, but can't stop saying racist shit. Like, y'all are the clowns. Clowns, dog. Black Lives Matter, you fucking idiots, was a hashtag. The people that people decided to give money to, who they shouldn't have gave money to, shouldn't have never got a dime. They were never a group. They were never an organization. Why they gave them money, I don't fucking know. But they never should have gave them shit. Black Lives Matter was never incorporated as an organization like the NAACP or the SPLC. They were never that. They were just a hashtag. And they had different motherfucking places that would push the hashtags in different cities. That's all they were. It was a hashtag, dog. And the people who created the hashtag never should have been given money because they never said that they were going to spend the money in the fucking neighborhoods. They never put anything on their fucking website saying Black Lives Matter is an organization and non-profit organization who's going to take the money and use it in the black. They never said that. Never said that. No, it wasn't. It was never listed as a non-profit group. You are fucking lying. You're lying. It was a hashtag. That's it. And the idiots that gave them money shouldn't have gave them shit. Ever. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, people love to make Black Lives Matter into something that was bad because some people did some bad things. So that's what I was thinking about. My bad. But this raises serious questions, man. Is it about alleged financial misconduct, or is this a part of a broader effort to go after organizations that criticize the administration? And that's all it is. They're going after people who have a problem with the SPLC, and that's it.
Yep, you're right. And that's where things get a little bit uncomfortable because even if there are legitimate legal questions, the political context makes it hard for people to trust the motives behind the actual case itself.
Mm-hmm. That's real. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation
Was a nonprofit organization created in 2017. And it operated independently by late 2020.
Right. Independently. Somebody took advantage of it. Black Lives Matter was never supposed to be any of that. And anybody who went and made a nonprofit out of it was pieces of shit people. Because it was never that. It was never supposed to be that. And anybody who went and made nonprofit groups out of it, who started the group? Who started that?
Let's see.
Yes, most black people are racist. Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
It was founded by 3 activists, Alicia.
No. Who founded the nonprofit? We know who founded Black Lives Matter because they started the hashtag.
The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation was co-founded in 2013 by activists Elisa Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tometi. The organization was created in response to the acquittal of George Zimmerman. in the killing of Trayvon Martin. Patrice Cullors served as a key leader, later acting as a executive director. That is what they have here as who created the actual Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation.
And how much money did they collect? Because it doesn't make any sense. Because it wasn't no chapter here. It wasn't a chapter anywhere else. They might have made themselves into a global group, but when no one knew to give money to them, and they were what they were going to do with the money.
The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation reported raising over $90 million in donations during 2020 following the murder of George Floyd. By mid-2021, the foundation had nearly had $42 million in net assets, having spent the funds on grants to local chapters, operating expenses, and a $6 million California property.
Where's the fraud then?
Exactly. As far as their assets and endowment goes, as of June of 2024, the foundation held roughly $28 million in assets. And the foundation has faced scrutiny regarding its financial transparency.
Because they bought that house.
Specifically regarding the purchase of the $6 million house in California and high spending on consultants.
Yeah. I mean, the spending they've done is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if you gave money to these motherfuckers, that's on you. Because where in there did it give you what they was going to do with this money?
Right.
And that's the main thing. They never said ever what they was going to do with this money. And to me, they're not. I didn't look at them as an organization. I just looked at them as a hashtag. And regardless,
because that's what they initially started off as.
That's all it is, and that's all they ever will be. They can start the organization all they want to try to collect money, but they will never be more than a fucking hashtag.
Exactly. I mean, as of early 2026, the foundation has continued to issue grants for racial equity and justice initiatives while also navigating their legal disputes, according to their website.
I mean, they're giving out grants to people. They're helping people,
Mm-hmm.
but they never. What have they put forward as a group? Like the NAACP saying what their main point of view and what they're going to be doing as a group. They never did that. And I don't remember them doing that. And if they did, I missed it. Because I didn't think that they was a nonprofit for real.
The mission that they say is to eradicate white supremacy and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and vigilantes.
All right, so how the money's gonna stop that?
I don't know.
What money? How you put? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't see a plan for that, and I don't know. I never would have gave them money in the first place, but a lot of people did. They bought a house, and they, when you're doing things like this, man, people are gonna be looking at you a lot. So you have to make sure you're doing the right things. And I've always said that I don't know, man. I mean, if they did all this, then I didn't know that, and I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I didn't think that they had anything in place that would take me to give them money, because I didn't feel as though they were helping the neighborhoods like that. Doing grants is not enough to build the infrastructure that's needed to stop what they're doing. Period. They got to do more than that. Just giving out grants, man, what is that doing? So let me ask you this. Do you think this is more about law enforcement doing its job or politics playing a role? We already know that. The answer to that.
For sure, because I think that it could actually be both. There could be real concerns about how the funds were actually handled. But at the same time, this administration has a track record of targeting their critics.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to target the people who criticize us. And that's
Right.
what Trump's administration has been largely known for.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes people very skeptical about how businesses actually ran.
Right.
And especially this administration, because if we see that he's going after all of his critics, You could criticize him online and he may come after you for defamation later on down the road. You never know.
Yeah, but that's the type guy he is. That's the type president he is. That's what he's about. Period. And I agree. And when a civil rights organization, and this guy has openly said that civil rights hurt white people. So we know that this guy is against civil rights. And this is a civil rights organization. That's why he's going after them. They have spent decades tracking white supremacist groups, and they're suddenly facing federal charges. It's going to raise eyebrows, man, because we know what is going on, and we know what their mission is. Trump is a literal child rapist, convicted felon, and traitor to democracy on January 6th. Everyone that supported, I agree. I agree, Carrie. People not learning anything, man. Trump isn't winning. He's losing. Orion is beating his ass right now. Like he can't, he's outsmarted by them. Outsmarted. He said every day, oh, the strait is back open and it's closed. He's telling us, oh, we're winning. No, you're losing. It's not done. Like what is he doing? He said, get the strait open or I'm going to bomb you. They didn't open shit. He's looking like a fucking fool. A fool. Go ahead.
Yep. And at the same time, nonprofits aren't above the law. If any donor money was misrepresented or hidden through questionable financial channels, that actually does need to be addressed. We need that transparency. We need to know where it came from, who it came from, and where it went.
Right. Right. Because I'm black, I got to be on food stamps, right? Jehu. You got, man, y'all are the best people, man. There's no better people than MAGA. He's mad because they took away his food stamps. Y'all so dumb and racist, dog. It's all, and then y'all always say it's the Democrats are the racists. Then come, like I say, every time say the most racist shit that you can find. But try to say that other groups are racist while you're saying racist shit. I don't get y'all, man. Y'all so fucking stupid, man. How much y'all point at Democrats for being the racist, you would think that y'all would stay the furthest away from racism.
Exactly. Reason 1024. Just call them the N-word and get it over with because we know you're racist.
Right. Exactly. They're crazy, man. They're insane. But the flip side is this, man. If organizations that monitor extremists start fearing prosecutions for their methods, that could have a chilling effect. They will stop looking at the white supremacist groups. They'll try going after them. The white supremacist group will have more room to move how they want to. And we could see another OKC, another church shooting of the black people, another grocery store shooting of black people. All the things that we've seen happen and perpetrated to black people in this fucking country from these hate groups that they will now don't. KKK still ain't even a terrorist group.
Right.
Antifa is. Being anti-fascism, that's bad. But being anti every other minority, oh, well, those guys, they're not terrorists.
Pointing out racism makes you racist.
This shit is crazy. You don't want a situation where groups stop doing their work because they're afraid of becoming targets of Trump and his administration. So the real question becomes, where do we draw the fucking line between accountability and the intimidation that the Trump administration is trying to push forward? At the end of the day, this case is just getting started. An indictment is not a conviction, and the facts still need to be tested in court. And we all know that the Trump administration is going to lose this case because it is ignorant as fuck. Ignorant. Why do Trump supporters keep bringing up Black Lives Matter? We haven't heard from them in like 5 to 10 years. Why do y'all keep bringing it up? Y'all might be the dumbest people in the world. Dumb. Dumb as fuck. How would you know Jesus saves, you fucking heathen. How would you know black people's biggest enemy? How would you know? I'm gonna tell you this. Did you know that white people are killed by other white people more than any other group? So would you say that white people's biggest enemy is other white people? Since you guys love to talk about that, about us, you kill who you're next to. And in this racist country of America, people live by the people they look like. Because that's the way our neighborhoods, you live in a black neighborhood, a white neighborhood, a Chinese neighborhood, you kill who you're next to. 85% of white people that are murdered by another white person. That's the numbers. You guys love talking about black on black crime, but you don't like talking about how damn near 90% of white people are killed by someone else white. Like, stop worrying about us. Maybe worry about you. You're always bringing up what racist talking points by trying to tell us that you're not racist. Yeah. Whites kill other whites too, daily. White people kill white people daily. We just saw a fucking serial killer white dude from New Jersey killing up a whole bunch of white people. Maybe you should worry about that instead of stop worrying about our neighborhoods. You know you don't want to do anything about black neighborhoods or fixing crime. You don't fucking care. You just like to use it as a talking point to try to prove your racism or try to prove that white people are better than black people. That's all you're doing. It's not like you really give a fuck or you're trying to bring something positive towards to try to help out the places that are struggling. You don't believe in that. You just like to say it for you can say, oh, we're better than them. Look, they're criminals. Like, it's nonsense. I don't have to do that for other groups because I don't have to feel like I'm better than someone. I don't have to feel like my group is better than another group. That's your racist ass thinking. I don't need to think that way. It doesn't make me better or worse to sit around thinking, oh, my group is better than your group. But that is the way that you people think because you're racist Republicans. And you can't think any other way. Everything is groupthink. You can't think about things as an individual. All black people are this. When you say things like that, we know that you're retarded. We know you're special ed. You don't have to say anything else. Because when you say all of anything is something, we already know you're special. We know that. You're using hatred of white. Dog, I haven't said anything bad against white people one time. I'm talking about racist and racism. Now, if you think that because most of the races in this country is white, that's automatically mean I'm talking about white, that's your fucking problem. Because I haven't said, this is the first time I've even said the word white. I've said Republicans, Trump, racist groups. I don't need to say white people. I don't talk in that way. I don't talk in generalizations. Because it's not all white people. There are bad people in every group. You know, a lot of people like to say, oh, Hispanics, they're all racist. I can't say that. I met some cool people. I met some cool white people. I met some racist black people. I met some racist brown people, yellow people. But I've met good people in all those groups too. That's the way life is. Everybody isn't good. There's bad people in every group. Like, it's fucking common sense. Common sense. Yeah, there's bad people in every single demographic. There's bad women, there's bad men, there's bad black people, white people, yellow people, green people. There's bad people in every group, but there's good people in every group also. So you can't generalize for every one of them. You can't generalize for all white people. You can't do that. And when you do that, that's when you're stepping into a place of you becoming the racist. I don't give a fuck about what color you are, where you from. I don't care. As long as you don't disrespect me and where I'm from. I'll have respect for you if you're Irish, English, Sudan, South America, South Africa. I don't care as long as you respect me. I'm not going to generalize you and say, well, all Sudan people are this. I'm not going to do that. If you show me what you are, then I'll treat you as such. I'm not going to use racism to generalize who you are and what you will be. Won't do that. I don't use race to put people in boxes. I didn't just generalize white people as racist, you dumb fuck. I said some white people are racist, some aren't. I said Republicans are the racists. And that's the easy way to count them out. You got an R and you got a Trump hat on, you're probably racist. I've met all type people of all groups that are good. But I've met all type people from all groups that are bad also. So y'all can sit around and keep the racist thinking. I don't have time for that shit, man. It's like I said, everybody's an individual. Everyone has a chance to prove who they are. And when you prove you're a racist, I'll just put you in a group with them, with the other racists. It's pretty simple. But this story sits at the intersection of civil rights, politics, money, and power. And that's why this shit matters, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're going to be following this closely because the outcome could have major implications, not just for the SPLC, but for other advocacy groups across the country as well.
Yep. I agree with you, Gypsy girl. You're right. You're right. You are right. Not all Republicans are racist, but they are definitely okay with looking over racist policies and racism around them. And when you do that, and when you look over racism and you protect it and you ignore it, I'm going to put you into the group of racists. Because the people who sit around and act like they don't see it and it's not there are just as bad as the people who are committed in it. That's my thing. I know you're not talking to me because I ain't told no one to leave. So I don't know who you're talking to. Street Beaters 07. I don't know who you're talking to, but I know it's not me. You're a racist yourself, trying to call everyone else a racist when you're making
pointing out your racist comments does not make someone racist.
Please tell me a racist comment that I said. Just go ahead and spell it out. Spell it out, man. What racist comment did I make? People like you talking about it now. Hey, you know, when it comes to discussions, if you want someone to not talk about something, it's a good idea to stop doing it. If you want something to stop being spoken about, it's best to stop doing those actions. If you think that in America we're going to see racism everywhere and everything, and we're just going to sit back and ignore it and not say anything, just comply, you got the wrong motherfuckers. We're not complying to y'all racism bullshit. We're going to keep calling it out. And we're going to keep pointing fingers at you racist bastards. We don't care what you fucking think. We don't care if it hurts your feelings to hear that your uncle is racist. We don't care. Fuck you. Y'all kill me, man. Oh, you keep bringing it up. So, stop doing it. Maybe stop doing racist shit. We will stop talking about it. That's how it works, man. We would have nothing to talk about if racism wasn't being protected daily. They believe they're self-righteous and their racism is justified. So yeah, you're right. And they are cowards. They're cowards. Weaklings. As a white man, I'm racist as the next black man. Well, you give me the history of black men running around lynching white people, snatching them out of their homes and
And
lynching
hanging
them
them from
and burning
trees.
them and putting their faces on postcards and sending them across the country with burnt limbs. You give me those situations where
And
the black people
images.
are doing those things, then I'll believe you.
Let me see the photos
When
of
you got
black people
little
doing
kids smiling on postcards next to dead, burnt up black bodies, and you're gonna tell me that it's the black people? Just give me a situation of that. Yeah, there's been some black people that kill white people. Yeah, there's been white people that kill black people. Do I know of all those instances of racism? No, I don't know that. But I do know the instances that we have seen in history when whole towns were burnt down, whole cities were fucking ravaged. Shut up, man. There is no way you can find an equivalent to how we've been treated in this country. Just shut the fuck up. South Africa, no, you're wrong. South Africa
is 8% white.
8% white, and they own 80% of the motherfucking wealth in the country.
8% of the population owns 90%
of the wealth. And you telling me they going through racism. Dog, if it was so hard for them and they were getting so slaughtered, they would be the fuck out of there and take their ass back to Dutch or wherever the fuck they from. The Dutch would not be there. I mean, y'all just say silly shit, man. Silly shit. Please taking. I don't have SNAP, EBT, or welfare, so you can shut the fuck up, you racist bastard. I don't have any of those things. Tell your people to stop taking them, because most of the people who are taking them are white. MAGA equal hate, ignorance, tinfoil hatters, and plenty. That's real. 100%, bro. 100%. I'm not racist. This is usually going to be some racist shit followed by.
Yep.
You need to know that black people have been treated any worse than Native Americans. Dude, what are you talking about? How can you even fix your mouth to say something like that? How bad you treated the Native? You almost killed all of them. I mean, they are the genocide to the fucking natives. They've wiped them out, taken all their land. The Trail of Tears. Like, really? Like, you shouldn't even bring that up. You damn near wiped out the fuck. There's no natives on the East Coast at all. You know, the East Coast used to be filled with natives. Mm-hmm. There's none. The only place we see natives is out here in Arizona. They have a lot of land here. The West Coast has where the natives are. On the East Coast, y'all wiped them out. All of them. Florida used to have natives everywhere.
Everywhere.
All up the East Coast to the Midwest, there were natives. The Cahokias in the Midwest in the St. Louis area, they just took them all out, killed them all, genocide. And you're going to bring it up talking about y'all wasn't treated any worse. What? Dude, you shouldn't fix your mouth to say nothing about that shit, man. Y'all history of the way y'all treated people for y'all can get this land and manifest destiny, as y'all called it, is insane. Now, we did talk about this a little bit earlier, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth. The appeals court blocks Trump's asylum ban. And it's something that, you know, Trump wants to do. He wants to block asylum. They don't want people in here because they're scared that the white population is going to dwindle and not be the majority anymore. And the white population may be a minority one day. And they're fighting like hell for that won't happen. Because they don't think America's going to be America if it's filled and the white people aren't the majority. All right, so this one's coming straight from the federal courts with major implications for immigration policy and presidential power. On April 24th, 2026, a federal appeals court ruled that the Trump administration executive order declaring an invasion at the southern border and using that to suspend asylum was very fucking illegal. That wasn't a minor decision either. This was a direct challenge to one of the core pillars of the Trump administration's strategy of trying to keep America white. Since he's returned to office, The court has been essential, saying that no matter how serious a situation is labeled, the president cannot override laws by just saying things are horrible and we're being invaded. He can't just make up shit to override laws by Congress. Now, this all goes back to day one of Trump's second term in 2025 when he issued a proclamation claiming the situation at the border constituted as an invasion of the United States, which is just a fucking lie.
Mm-hmm.
Based on that bullshit claim, the administration attempted to suspend both entry and asylum eligibility for migrants indefinitely. But the court found that this approach went too far and stepped outside the boundaries of presidential authority under federal law.
And here's where the legal reality comes into focus. The court made it very clear that under the Immigration and Nationality Act, individuals have a statutory right to apply for asylum when they reach U.S. soil or when they reach the border. You dumbasses. That right comes directly from Congress, and the president does not have the right or authority to erase or bypass it. Even under emergency powers or national security claims, the judges specifically rejected the idea that a proclamation could be used to create entirely new removal procedures or deny people access to legal process that had already existed by law. Mm-hmm. The ruling also stated that the president cannot use powers meant to control entry into the country as a way to override the mandatory process that was written into law. In simple terms, the court is saying that Trump cannot overwrite immigration law from the executive branch. That power belongs solely to Congress, and the executive must operate within those limits. Trump must follow and abide by the law that's already in place.
That's real. And you have to pass a bill to get it gone. You have to pass some type of bill to override this. You can't just do an executive order. Now, this guy just said the Native Americans were fighting over land, so they were fighting, so the white people can just take it because they were fighting over it. You know how long white people were fighting in Europe? You know, that's the reason why they were able to go other places and start killing other people, because they had practice on killing each other for so long. You see how split up Europe is? You see Germany, you see France, all these people are like right down the street from each other. To sit here and act like Europeans wasn't fighting and killing each other, but then you're going to come here in America and say, well, the natives were fighting each other, so we could just take their land. Like, dog, I mean, to just the privilege of not wanting to say, yeah, my ancestors did some fucked up shit. The privilege of trying to make whatever fucking history happened okay is fucked up. Now I heard someone else brought up, oh, black people sold, Africans sold each. Idiots. When the UK fought against France for 100 years, did y'all call it white on white? Was it white on white then? There were different countries in Africa. They didn't look at each other as kinsmen. Different tribes. When y'all was fighting Germany and the UK was fighting Germany and the whole Europe was it white on white crime then? No. Did they give a fuck that they was all the same color? No. What about today when Russia's blowing up fucking Ukraine? They're all white. Why are the whites fighting each other? I mean, dog, y'all so ignorant, dude. I swear to God, man. Y'all love to put all black people in the box, but the Jews can blow up the fucking whoever the fuck they want, and it's not white on white. Anytime it's us, all the black people sold themselves. Stupid. Different tribes, different countries, different places who were warring against each other. They didn't look at each other as the same. There was no such thing as just if you're black, you're just black. That's not the way it used to work back in the day. Your religion, your tribe, that's what mattered where you were from. It wasn't about your skin tone. That is something that was constructed in America because at first the Irish wasn't white, the Italians weren't white, but as years have gone on and they've let everybody into the white group. At first they didn't keep the Irish out of my restaurant. Keep the English out of here. They hated each other. It's crazy how y'all try to act like, oh, well, white people get along. Like, shut the fuck up. They've been warring forever. Forever. They've been killing each other. They don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Now let's look at who made this decision, because that matters in how this shit is being interpreted politically. This was a 2-1 ruling from the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals. The majority opinion was written by J. Michelle Childs, who was appointed by President Biden and joined by Cornelia Pillard, an Obama appointee. There was partial dissent from Justin Walker, a Trump appointee, who argued that the administration does have broader authority in certain immigration decisions. But even that dissent, there was agreement on one key point. The president cannot strip away fundamental protections that prevent migrants from being sent back to places where they could face prosecution. So even the disagreements has limits. And that tells you how significant the legal boundaries are in this case.
You're right. So now let's go ahead and talk about what this actually means in real time. This ruling clears a major legal path for both the asylum processing to return and resume at the southern border, meaning that migrants who were previously blocked could now once again have the opportunity to present their claims. Advocacy groups like the American Civil Liberties Union, they're calling this a major victory, saying that it reinforces the idea that no president is above the law and that legal protections cannot be erased just by an executive order. And at the same time, the White House is pushing back. Officials are saying that they're already framing this decision as a political interference, arguing that liberal judges are stepping in to block what they see as necessary national security measures. And that they've made it clear that this fight is far from over, with plans to appeal this case in the Supreme Court.
So this guy, why do blacks only want to illegally migrate to white countries such as Europe and America? Why do whites only want to colonize black and brown cities and countries? If y'all would stop taking their resources, stop fucking them, allow them to build what they're trying to build. That's why black people go to white countries, because these white countries have taken everything when it comes to fucking Africa. They brought their armies and they start stealing, and they're still stealing to this day. White people are in Asia, they're in Africa, they're in India, they're in South America. They're stealing all across the fucking globe. And they've been doing this for centuries, running around, taking everybody's shit. Trump, first thing he does, go to Venezuela, steal their oil. Stealing. Goes to Iran, start bombing them, trying to steal their fucking money. Using their power to steal and take from other people. The European playbook for centuries now. While other people was chilling, having a good time in their fucking country, here come the white man to come fuck it up. Steal all their resources, enslave all their fucking people, and then look at them and point at them. Oh, why are you guys poor? After y'all and stole and killed every motherfucking body. Then want to point at them and call them fucking, look at you losers. After you done warred, stolen, raped,
killed.
Fuck out of here, man. England's fucking taking over how many fucking places, and then it's whining. Nah, y'all whining. Y'all the ones whining. I'm answering the whining ass questions from y'all. Why do black people come to y'all countries? That's the reason why they come to y'all fucking countries, because you fucked up theirs. It ain't fucking racist. It's the truth.
Right.
It's colonizing. What the fuck was they doing? Going around the world, taking up places, taking out everybody. Why the fuck you think I'm speaking English right now?
Instead of Yoruba.
Right. Motherfuckers run around throwing their language, making motherfuckers speak their language and shit, believing they're gods. They ain't gonna point at the people and call them evil. After you done killed everybody and made them fucking speak your God and speak your language. Then call other people evil. Like, y'all are wild as hell, man. Wild as hell. And that's what his story really expands on beyond immigration, because that's what we're looking at here is, that's what we're looking at. Direct test of president of power. If the administration had won this case, it would have set a precedent, allowing presidents to declare emergencies and effectively bypass laws passed by Congress. That's a significant shift in balance of power between the branches of government. Supporters of the policy argue that the border situation requires urgent action and flexibility, and that the president should have the authority to respond quickly and what they see as a crisis. But the court is saying clearly that urgency does not erase legality. You still have to operate within the framework of the law, no matter the circumstances or the bullshit that you make up.
Yep. And now that's the tension at heart for this entire issue here. Security versus due process, executive power versus the congressional authority. And this ruling reinforces the idea that law matters, even during moments of crisis. It also sends a message that the courts are willing to step in when they believe those legal boundaries are being crossed by the executive branch.
Right.
Now the next step is critical. If this case actually does reach the Supreme Court, it could become one of the most important rulings on presidential authority in our modern history. It won't just impact immigration, it could also shape the future of how presidents use their emergency powers across the board. They could just declare, oh, it's an emergency, executive order, done, it's law.
Right.
And Trump has set that precedence.
Mm-hmm.
That any president after him can do exactly what he's doing, and you can't say anything about it. You can't cry and whine.
Right. And that's the thing too. The Republican Party right now act like the president, Trump, is going to be the last president in history. Like,
that's how they acted.
Like, give him all the power. He should have. So then when a Democrat get in there,
which
and
they
he
will,
has all the fucking power, y'all gonna be crying.
Oh, he's not. That's
overstepping.
Illegal.
He can't do that.
That's not.
But
fair.
y'all gave all the power to the president, and y'all were okay to make this guy a king. But you're gonna be crying your fucking eyes out when it's somebody that has a D next to their name or a black Republican, and they in there making decisions that you don't like. The reason why you don't give one person all this power. But this is what y'all want. Oh, the next president will take his precedent and he will run with it. And y'all will be crying y'all eyes out. And this is what y'all wanted. Y'all want a fucking president to be all powerful? That's what you about to get. Yeah, you're right, bro. They are crying about Virginia redistricting after starting the shit.
Republicans start the mess and then cry that somebody else is doing exactly what they're doing. Mommy, they're copying me.
Like I said, man, it's like third graders. So Habari Nation, man, this is far from over. The legal battle is just beginning, and the outcome could reshape immigration policy and presidential power for years to come. The question now is simple. Did the court get it right? Or should the president have broader authority in situations like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments, join the conversation, and stay locked in with us as we continue to follow the stories that matters to you. News our way, man. Next up, man, we're going to go into the videos, man, and talk about what we have going on, the clips that I've grabbed for today. Right now, we got the Iran talks, war tensions, and global fallout. Let's move into our next major story. And this one is global with serious implications, not just for the United States, but for, bro, I see you want your reparations, man. You're not going to get reparations. Black people are never going to get reparations. We saw it. Africa had a vote,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple other countries just to say that
Europe and America said no.
Slavery was a horrible time, but a lot of European countries voted against it, and America and Israel voted against it, and America. They don't want to say that slavery was bad. In Israel, you know, they went through their time with the Nazis, but they don't want to say that it was bad for black people. They don't want to do that. We're never going to get the money, man. So you might as well just give up on reparations. It's just a losing conversation. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen locally, in local situations. Other than that, it's just not going to happen at the federal level. The KKK wiped out entire towns of black people, and they were never listed as a terrorist group in this country. Never. To this day, the KKK is still getting protections, and they are still not listed as a terrorist group. Still. So you can say you want reparations, man, but all these races, they will hang themselves. They will blow up the government before they give us a fucking dime. So I don't talk about reparations because I know it's a fucking pipe dream that will never happen. We will go into another war before they will give black people anything. They would rather die. But these we got a U.S. envoy with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to Pakistan for a new round of talks with Iran. This comes at a critical moment as tensions remain extremely high following weeks of military escalations, economic pressure, and fragile ceasefire that could collapse at any time. Now, on the surface, this looks as a step towards diplomacy, but when you look deeper, the situation is far more complicated. Iran's foreign minister has already arrived in Islamabad, but officials are signaling that direct talks with the United States may not even happen. Instead, communication could be indirect, with Pakistan acting as a middleman. That tells you right away this is not a stable negotiation environment. This is two sides still very far apart, trying to fill out whether a deal is even possible.
Yep. And that's the reason for the distance. It's very simple. Trust is extremely low right now, and Iran has made it clear that it does not view the current U.S. approach as legitimate, especially with the ongoing naval blockade that has essentially crippled its maritime trade. That blockade is a major sticking point, with Iran calling it a violation of any potential agreement and refusing to fully re-engage in any form of negotiations unless it's been lifted. At the same time, the United States is not backing down, continuing their sanctions and even expanding pressure on global networks tied to Iran's oil trade. So what you're seeing here is a negotiation happening under pressure where military pressure, economic pressure, and political pressure are all in this one big pressure pot. And historically, those types of negotiations are some of the hardest to actually sustain because neither side wants to appear to be weak, especially in front of their domestic audiences and their global allies.
Right. All right, man. Let's go ahead and go into the clips real fast before we get out of here. Let's go into the Cash Patel and his drinking. He's having issues with a tabloid that printed some of the things that's going on, and some of the people that work from him are reporting some of his drinking and some of his behavior. And he's upset and he's suing people, but the more and more informants are coming out talking about his drunkenness and the way he's behaving, giving them more and more ammunition. But he's going to take this to court and he's going to lose because the dude, I mean, we seen him drinking on the job when he was with the hockey shit. He had rode the FBI plane out there. This dude is drunk. But go ahead and play the video.
I've never been intoxicated on the job, and that is why we filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit. And any one of you that wants to participate, Bring it on. I'll see you in court.
I got some breaking news into the Kash Patel drunk on the job story. There's a group of attorneys called Democracy Forward. I've talked about them before. They have sued Trump and his administration more than anybody, I think, and they've won more than anybody. That part I know. They've won more lawsuits against the Trump administration than anybody else. Well, guess what they're doing? Guess what they're doing? Guess what they're doing? They have filed a Freedom of Information Act request with the FBI to see emails. They want to see emails, and not just any emails. They want to see emails that contain these keywords right here. Anything related to alcohol, asleep, drunk, drinking, hungover, inebriated, intoxicated, sleeping, won't wake him, unresponsive, passed out. That's because there are stories coming out from FBI agents, anonymous agents, who are saying that Kash Patel has been drunk on the job so many times that they sometimes don't even know where he is at. They've been to his house before, allegedly, and couldn't get him awake and wasn't sure if he was okay and had to request to use the battering ram to get through the front door because he was so passed out. There's accusations of him using the jet to take his girlfriend on private dates. There's accusations of him flying around the world to just do things on the government dime. Well, guess what? Democracy Forward, one of the most successful groups to sue and win Trump and his administration, are conducting Freedom of Information Act requests to see the emails, the internal FBI emails that contain any word that might prove that these allegations, these anonymous tips and reports are true. Can't wait to see.
Yeah, all the shit comes out on Kash Patel. Now he's trying to sue. He's trying to act like he isn't doing anything. His girlfriend's also trying to send the FBI after an organization that wrote about her. Anybody that says anything about these people, they try to sue. They don't like the truth getting out. I've never heard of somebody from the FBI suing a fucking paper. Never. But this is the Trump administration. These people think they can do whatever they fucking want to and no one's supposed to say anything. But people are telling. They don't give a fuck about you. It is going down regardless. Now, next one, we're going to talk about these election officials and what's going on.
You describe in your reporting an exodus of sorts of election officials that have left the federal government at agencies like the Department of Homeland Security after 2020. How many people left and why have they left?
We found about 75 or more people across the Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, intelligence agencies that were working on elections. They either resigned, were forced out, or their entire structure was dismantled. And this includes people, like I said, that watch over cybersecurity, that make sure that there is no foreign influence in our elections, and other people within the Department of Justice that did voting protection lawsuits.
There have been plenty of threats from the president, especially during his first term, to try to change elections, but they focused more on challenging things after the fact. How is it different now?
These people are already doing unprecedented actions across the country. For example, we saw the FBI raid in Georgia for their 2020 election material. We saw action in Maricopa County, them subpoenaing our 2020 election information. And now we see them in Michigan demanding that they get information and ballots about the 2024 election. These are actions that experts say may not have taken place if people like the Public Integrity Section in the Department of Justice still existed to judge whether these actions were politically motivated. So we're seeing a lot of action to look in the 2020 election and a lot of things to prepare too for the upcoming midterm.
Election officials dropping out. Election officials quitting. Donald Trump trying to use all his power to make up for his lost election. His ego cannot take it that he lost. We got him on video telling people to find votes. Everybody that has anything to do with his elections case has went to jail.
Mhm.
Giuliani, all these people
Have done time.
failed and done time, lost their cases. Giuliani owes millions for the things that he said about those girls who was running the voting in Georgia. They've done nothing but lost. They've lost every case. Trump has been found guilty in everything, but he's still out here trying to make it seem like somebody stole an election from him. And he's just pushing people out. Joe Biden lose. No one's crying, talking about they stole the election.
Right.
Even though we had Elon Musk out here paying people to vote. Elon Musk throwing money around everywhere. Talking about even Trump said, hey, Elon Musk, he know those voting machines better than anybody. Like openly said that shit. No one is sitting around crying talking about the election was stolen.
Nobody but Trump and his people.
Right, exactly. Trump still crying about an election from 2020. It's the dumbest shit ever, dude. You lost. Take your loss. Go home. Most motherfuckers don't come back, but this bastard, he's still here. He is. We had to hear from this motherfucker for 4 fucking years while he cried while Biden was in office. Most motherfuckers just go away, but not this fucking piece of
I
shit.
low-key wish Trump would have had 2 terms back to back.
And we wouldn't have him now. Let's get him up out of here, man. But the main thing that the people, that the Democrats should have learned is that when it comes to running a woman, America is not ready. We had 2 women that had way more experience, was way smarter, way more education, and they're sitting around calling them dumb.
Right.
While they vote for the dumbest president for real, who can't speak at all, can't say anything intelligent. You see his fucking Truth Socials on that dumbass lying website, Lie Social as they call it.
Right.
Like he can't even put a paragraph indentation on the fucking thing. Just a break. It looks so dumb. All caps. Misspelling everywhere. Now, we know why they're dumb. Because they let this guy just get away with whatever. But let's play this video of RFK taking up for Trump and his stupid ass math.
Do you know what it President Trump has a different way of calculating. If there's 2 ways of calculating percentage. If you have a $600 truck and you reduce it to 10, that's a 600% reduction.
There's 2 different ways to calculate math.
Right. What?
There's 2 different ways to calculate a percentage?
If you given them,
I was reminded when the president was speaking of a conversation that I had yesterday with one of the Democratic senators who was questioning me during the hearing, and she was ridiculing President Trump for his math, and she was saying it's mathematically impossible to have a drug drop by 600% cost, which he had claimed. And I said, well, if the drug was $100 and it raised the price to $600, that would be a 600% rise. Well, if it drops from 600 to 100, that's a 600% savings. And the president used that mathematical device to illustrate the magnitude of the theft that has been happening against our country and our people, as he said.
These are the reasons why Trump gets away with this shit.
It is.
Because people take up for his dumb shit to kiss his ass. They are sitting here trying to tell us what 600, everybody can look up what 600. If you give 600, that means you're giving money back to the people.
Right.
If it's over 100%, then that means you're giving me money. Like, what are you talking about? And you fucking idiots sitting around saying, yeah, Trump, you're right. Instead of just telling this motherfucker he's wrong. This shit has been going on for months with this percentage shit. And no one in his fucking corner has balls enough to tell this dude, hey,
you're wrong.
You're wrong, man. You're wrong. That's not how the percentages work, bro. If you take down the price, it's 50%, 60%. Anything over 100 means you're giving money to the person that's buying the fucking product.
Right.
You can't be this fucking dumb to think that there's a new math for when you say shit. Math is scientific. There is no new fucking math. 2 + 2 = 4. Forever. Dog, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And these are the people that are running the country. A third grader knows this shit, man. And y'all just keep taking up for this dude. It is fucking embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
What? Just tell him the fucking truth. They won't do it.
Trump, I don't think Trump can handle the truth.
I mean, he won't. They won't do it. I don't think, you know he can't. But you got to have balls. You got to have people around you that tells you, hey, there's a booger on your face. Instead of you just walking around with a big ass motherfucking booger on your face. They just let him walk around with the booger on his face. They won't say, hey, Trump, hey, dog, you got some shit in your tooth, bro. You need to get that out. No, they just let him walk around, big ass green shit in his mouth. No one says anything. Hey, Trump, you stepped on some toilet paper, bro. Maybe you should get that off your foot. Nope, they just walk around, let him walk around with the toilet paper on his toes. They don't say anything. Trump, you got a kick me sign. Everybody's kicking you in the ass, man. Nobody's gonna say nothing. They just let people kick him in the ass. Those are not your friends, dog.
At all.
Those are enemies. People who sit there and make
laughing
up
at
shit,
you behind
they're
your
laughing
back.
at you. RFK is laughing at your dumb ass. Now, right now, he's saying, oh, Trump, yeah, you made up a new math. But he's laughing at you. He's not that fucking dumb. He's not that dumb. He can't be. He can't be that dumb. He can't be. This shit is amazing. What's the next video, man?
Batman. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. On this Earth Day, we're continuing our look at community resistance to the construction of AI data centers. We go now from the state of Maine, which just passed a statewide moratorium on the construction of new data centers, to the city of Memphis, Tennessee. Last week, the NAACP sued Elon Musk's XAI, accusing the artificial intelligence company of polluting black neighborhoods with toxic emissions from its makeshift power plant fueling its data centers in Memphis. The lawsuit alleges XAI is violating the Clean Air Act by operating over 24 methane gas-burning turbines without legal permits. The massive XAI data centers are known as Colossus and Colossus 2. We go now to Memphis, where we're joined by Keyshawn Pearson, Executive Director of Memphis Community Against.
I applaud Memphis. I applaud every city that votes against these motherfucking data centers. These data centers are ass. Now in Missouri, they're gonna put in the data center in the area, and every person that voted to put that data center in that area got voted out. People don't want these data centers in their fucking areas. Now, Elon Musk and his data center are already polluting black neighborhoods, and we know he's racist. He don't give a fuck. He doesn't care. But it's always the black people that take the brunt of this shit. But all you rural towns, y'all about to see too, because they're trying to put it in y'all areas. They don't care if the after effects is cancer. They don't care. People are still fucking riling from the fucking effects of all the factories from the 70s and 80s that were putting chemicals in the ground. People still dying from that shit. But we just let these companies do whatever the fuck they want to. Trump putting in executive orders telling people that, oh, don't do anything against AI. Don't put in any rules against AI or I'm coming after you. As AI takes our jobs, pollutes every fucking thing, fucking up our power bills because they won't build their own infrastructure. They're going to make APS and the power companies from your community make their infrastructure better to handle the power that they're going to be using.
And you're going to be paying for the power.
So we got to pay more. Our bills are going up. These motherfuckers, how much money does Elon have? Damn near $1 trillion. But he can't pay for his own power infrastructure. He can't pay to make sure that he's not polluting the communities that he's next to. These fucking data centers, man, is craziness. And most people are against this shit, Republican or Democrat, because it's bull and it's fucking the everyday person while they collect more fucking money and put more money in their fucking pockets. What's the facts, David Morgan? Tell me, are you for the data centers? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yep.
Because most people are against it. If you're for these data centers, you have to be an idiot.
David Morgan is okay with his electrical bill rising in order to support those data centers.
Fuck no. You don't raise my bill to make your fucking building for you can make billions of dollars.
And that's the fact. You're okay with them, with your bills going up in order to support those data centers.
No, I'm sorry, man. You get to a point when you're so mad, that's all you can do is cuss. You get sick of the everyday person getting bent over. And we have people that are everyday people that are fighting for these rich people. Let them do what they want to. If they want to pollute the land, whatever. Let Elon pollute everywhere.
They want to give us cancer by polluting our neighborhoods. That's cool. They can do that.
Just put all the chemicals everywhere. Kill everyone. Like, dog, what the fuck, dude? We can't let them murder us just because they hire a couple people.
And they got money in their pocket.
Like, this is bull, man. The rich can't just murder us. I mean, dude, this is crazy. Trump is pro-asbestos. I never heard that, but that's crazy. And it's probably right because they don't like rules and regulations. They don't like any rules when it comes to companies. They think that companies can do whatever the fuck they want to whoever. And we just supposed to bear the brunt of the responsibilities with our health and our kids dying. If you want to call that whining because I don't want to see people's kids dying from cancer, from chemicals and shit, call it whatever you want, man. But I think somebody should be speaking up for this shit. A lot of people are pissed off about these data centers being put in these neighborhoods. And if you're okay with it, that's on you. Let's put it next to your house. Put it next to your kids. Me too, John. Our electricity rates have gone up because all of the so-called clean energy. Dude, you got to be an idiot, bro. You can't be that dumb. How would diversifying our power and where we get our energy from make bills higher? You tell me that. How would using the sun and the wind, which is cheaper,
free,
way cheaper to be able to use and get up and running than the energy that we've been using for 100 years with
where we got to have people go cold
and all this other trash that we use in natural gas. These are the purest ways for energy, and using the more way that we diversify our energy, the cheaper that our original energy will become. For you to say it's the opposite, you have to be an idiot. If we're only using natural gas and coal, and that's the only way that we are getting energy, then that means that energy would become more expensive because that is what we are using the most. They are cheaper, dog. I've already looked it up. There's no, you could tell me to look it up all you want to. I've read about this many, many times. There are countries that are free from oil and gas, and they are seeing the benefits, reaping the benefits of going all fucking solar and wind. For you to think that it's worse than having to dig into the ground to find oil and all the shit we got to do to get coal and all the people that's dying from the get the fuck out of here, man. You don't know what you're talking about. It's not more expensive. Stop saying that, dog. Y'all need to go read, man. It's not free. Nothing is fucking free. But if you build the infrastructure to have your own solar panels on your home, your electric bill is going down because you would use less energy from the electric company and more energy from your own. That is fucking just common sense.
Solar and wind energy are generally cheaper than coal, with
I already
new
know it
utility
is.
scale renewable projects often costing $30 to $40 per megawatt per hour, compared to over $80 to $100 per megawatt per hour for coal plants.
I mean, it's common sense, dog.
Studies show that about 80% of existing U.S. coal plants have operational costs at least 1/3 higher than new wind and solar plants.
Duh! You have to be a dumbass to think anything fucking opposite. You would have to be dumb to think
Much,
that.
much cheaper to use wind and solar.
Look at all the shit we have to go to get the fucking coal, to get natural gas. All of the refineries, the refinement we have to go through to get that shit to a usable state.
And the
It's
miners
fucking common
having
sense.
to get lung cancer and black lung because they're mining the coal.
Exactly. All the holes we have to dig, all the things that we have to do. I mean, it's, yes, nuclear power may be a part of the equation of the energy that we use. We should probably use a little more nuclear. I don't know if you want that to be the mainstay of all of your power. It should be diversified. We should have several different ways that we're using power, not just dependent on fucking oil and gas. That is a mistake. We've been making this mistake for almost over 100 years. We need to fucking fix it. We need to fix it. You know, John, you pay less if you have solar panels on your house. You're going to pay less because you're going to be banking power. You're right. You would pay less. You don't pay more. You're right. Anyway, what's the next one we got? AOC. Let's listen to AOC talking about Jerry.
What do you make of Republicans saying that Virginia, you guys getting Democrats
wow.
It's totally unconstitutional and wrong.
Democrats have attempted and asked Republicans for 10 years to ban partisan gerrymandering. And for 10 years, Republicans have said no. Republicans have fought for partisan gerrymanders across the United States of America, and these are the rules that they have set. And so if the Republican Party wanted to start this, they did this in North Carolina. They drew out 3 Democratic members of Congress in North Carolina. They drew out in Texas. They redid Texas. What they're just mad at is that they have been accustomed to a Democratic Party that rolls over, doesn't fight, and takes everything sitting down. And what they're mad at right now is that we are here in a new day. And we have been asking the Democratic Party to stand up and fight, and now they did, and now the Republican Party doesn't like the fact that they are fighting against someone who actually will stand up for the American people. So if Republicans decide that they would like to revisit a ban on partisan gerrymandering, I welcome them. We have the bill right here to end this all today, but they don't want to because they like pursuing and continuing to enact an unfair electoral landscape. And so we have an obligation to defend ourselves. Thank you.
That's real. That is real, man. Republicans have did everything they can to keep gerrymandering in place. They've done everything they can to keep the cheating going because you know they've been cheating across the South for decades. Like I said earlier, there's been no black person, no Democrat, no nothing across the South for I don't know how long. The whole entire South. And I said it. Yeah, there's some states that are gerrymandered. Illinois, California. There's some gerrymandering in Democrat states. But if the Democrats have said it openly, let's get rid of gerrymandering. And the Republicans straight up refuse. So that is the problem. And then they openly gerrymandered and cheated in Texas. Openly. So I mean, dude, it's disgusting, man. But the gerrymandering is part of the landscape right now. And until Congress comes together and somebody does something to remove the gerrymandering in all of the states, it is going to keep happening. And it's disgusting. But hey, Republicans, they loved it. They loved the cheating. They clapped and they applauded and they danced when Texas added the 5 seats and they eliminated what's old girl name? Jasmine Crockett's seat. Happy. Yeah, we took out Jasmine. Yeah. No representation for them. Y'all love that shit. But now they taking out y'all seats. And you're, oh, this is cheating. Bull. Who cares? Fuck y'all. You want to cheat?
But look at all the states that have no Republican representatives
Good.
in Washington.
Fuck y'all. Stop cheating. Stop cheating all the fucking time. Anyway, let's go to the next one here. After OLC. We got Megyn Kelly talking bad about Trump.
There are aspects of his personality which are obviously not good and that we've mostly just chosen to overlook. You know, he's not a moral man. He's obviously not the greatest husband in the world. And he's extremely petty and thin-skinned, extremely petty and thin-skinned. And what we're seeing right now is he's turning on his most loyal supporters because they don't support this war and getting in bed with people who fucking hate him and have hated him from the beginning and were the original Never Trumpers, as though that's what MAGA is. That's what his core support should look like. Meanwhile, there are many who are over here who have loved Trump for many, many years. We've had our skirmishes in the past. Tucker's had skirmishes with him. I have too. But who fought harder than a lot of others during the lawfare against him to make sure people knew that it was bullshit, stood up for him during the actual electoral contest to make sure people understood what was at stake and why he had to be the choice. Yep. Who he just, you know, there's no loyalty in return ever from Trump, ever. If you have a principled disagreement with something he does, you're otherized. You're the...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's right. I dislike Megyn Kelly and everything she stands about. I don't fuck with Tucker Carlson. But they're right. You can't disagree with Trump or he's going to shit on you. Mm-hmm. And that's all that Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens, they disagreed with a couple of things that he has done. Yeah. And he straight attacked them. He's went after Candace Owens, you know, what he loved, calling black women low IQ. Mm-hmm. Something first thing he do. A black woman, what insult is that? Let me see, line. Oh, low IQ. Every time. He has nothing else to say to black women but low IQ.
My friend loved Trump, but now she hates him and she's an idiot. No,
she's smart.
She's smart.
Some people can come to their senses, like Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson.
And your friend.
Right. All right, man. So who we got next? Hassan Pike. Mm-hmm. Hassan Pike is going to talk about rich people and how they just get over on us and how the American system is set up to let the rich people win daily.
If you steal from the poor, you become rich. If you steal from the wealthy, you go to prison. So there's only one direction where you can do unlimited theft and erode the social contract for the 99%. There's an invisibility baked into the system that allows the wealthy to engage in this sort of behavior. Because I mean, it's a cliche at this point, but like wage theft is the most consequential amount of theft that takes place in the United States of America.
All these billion-dollar companies, Amazon, McDonald's, Walmart,
don't want to pay anybody.
Worth billions on top of billions on top of billions, and they don't want to pay nobody past $5 an hour. You got $15 an hour, you bet you happy. If the state doesn't come up with a law to make minimum wage higher, they're going to pay you the fucking federal minimum wage, which is what, $7 still?
$7.35.
These companies have been killing us. You would think if there's a Walmart in every city, then people who work there don't have to be on fucking aid. Nah, we're giving Walmart tax incentives, tax cuts, tax breaks.
Walmart makes $713.16 billion per year.
And they can't pay their fucking people a decent wage. Like, this is the type of shit that we deal with in America, man. We got all this money. All this money, man. Anybody that works for Walmart should be making a decent wage. This is the richest country, richest fucking company in this damn. They got like 8 billionaires from the Walmart company. The Walton kids. All of them rich as fuck. And they can't do anything to just help their workers so they're not on aid, taking money from us because we have to pay for them on aid while we're giving them a tax break. They're double dipping.
Mm-hmm.
Why, hell yeah, they're paid.
Yep.
They ain't got to pay anybody, man.
McDonald's making $26.9 billion per
Billions,
year.
all these people. And they can't. And then it's, well, individual owners of the companies, they can't pay. Well, maybe you should pay them more. It's too much money going around for people to be acting like they don't have any money in this country. Go ahead to the next one.
Alternative energy sources have been developed and proposed, but oil and gas companies have lobbied to keep their
That's
bills
real.
high. Other countries have low energy bills.
That's real. And these people out here fighting, talking about we want oil, while everybody else has options and their bills are lower than ours, and our shit is going up daily. And they're sitting there saying, we want more. Yeah, we don't want that sun energy. That's stupid. We want to keep getting bent over by the oil companies.
Joel Phoenix, you said, how much should they make per hour? The answer is
a livable wage.
$15 to $24 per hour is what federal minimum wage should be in order for Americans to have a decent
livable wage. And that's all they want, a livable wage. I know y'all don't like hearing that. I know that y'all just want people to make less than you so you can point at them and say, oh, they don't make any money. I'm big time. I know that's what y'all want. But we should want anyone that works to not be on aid. Isn't that what y'all want? Y'all hate aid. You hate giving people aid.
So pay them a wage.
Fucking decent wage so they can get off aid.
Pay them what their need to make.
Common sense shit, but no, not common sense ain't common with them. They don't want them on aid, and they also don't want them paid any money. Like, they're weird as fuck. We don't want y'all getting paid any money to have a livable wage, but we don't want you on aid either. Get up and get a job. They got a job. The job ain't paying shit. Well, get a better job. Why? Shouldn't that company fucking pay a livable wage? Common sense. You have a company, you pay the people to fucking be able to handle the shit. Go ahead to the next one. Madeline.
With the survivors, I again went to the Department of Justice to review the unredacted Epstein files, to seek accountability and justice for the victims, the more than 1,000 victims and survivors. And today, Secretary Letnick, I have some questions for you about what I saw. Let's start with your relationship with sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. In October, you told the New York Post with colorful narration that the last time you saw Jeffrey Epstein was in 2005 when you took a tour of his house, which happened to be right next door to yours. You claim you and your wife were so grossed out by this disgusting person, you swore you would never go back. But when the Epstein files came out, it turned out that was a lie. You were forced to admit that you had visited Epstein's private island in 2012, 4 years after Epstein pled guilty soliciting a minor for prostitution and was labeled a sex offender. You brought along your wife, your kids, your nannies to the predator's island. Incredibly poor judgment. But that even wasn't the whole truth. It turns out that 5 days after visiting his island, you and Epstein signed a business deal together. As co-investors in a digital advertising company, Adfin, an email showed you stayed in touch with Epstein about this deal as late as 2018. Secretary Letnick, why did you lie to the New York Post about your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
In comes another lie.
Oh, I did hear that. Please don't repeat your gracious offer to speak behind closed doors, not under oath, without the ability of this committee to question you. The American people wants to know, why did you lie about your relationship with Epstein?
The House Oversight Committee and I have agreed.
We are
will
the
spend
appropriate
time
reclaiming
together.
my time. I do not accept that answer. We've heard that one. We are our own committee. We have our own reason to test your credibility and veracity. Please answer the question. Why did you lie to the Post?
I have voluntarily agreed to spend the time and talk about it.
I reclaim the time. Let the record reflect.
He ain't finna answer that question.
He don't answer nothing. These rich people think they don't have to answer for anything they do. Lutnick is caught all up in the Epstein files. At least he is being seen at the trials, because Trump is not even getting that. Now, all you people on here talking about if you raise the prices
for minimum
wage will go away and you'll kill the middle class. Do you know that in the 60s that $20 an hour was enough to buy a home? Do you understand that wages have to go up because inflation goes up every year regardless?
So your wages should go up.
That prices of shit only goes up when a person is getting more money per hour. That is wrong. The price of shit goes up every year regardless. Every year, everything goes up 3 to 5%. That is how inflation has worked forever.
Mm-hmm.
But
your wages have not gone up 3 to 5% every year like they should.
They've been stagnated. And the gap between rich and poor has done nothing but grown since the 80s. Mm-hmm. Before then, they were taxed at higher rates and we had better outcomes. You are trying to tell us that we'll get better outcomes if they have to pay less money. Trickle down is not working. I know that you idiot Republicans are keep falling for it, but ever since Reagan implemented it, it has not worked at all. Inflation is inevitable. That's why other countries have connected their wages to inflation.
Okay, Debbie Cobb. So why is gas almost $6 an hour? $6 a gallon under Trump right now? Answer that. Since gas was high under Obama and Biden, why is it high? Why is it almost $6 a gallon right now?
So do you not see the prices of gas right now? I mean, what are you talking about? Biden, we know why gas was high under Biden because of COVID. Just like it was high under Trump during COVID. That's the way it is. It's the way it is, man. And y'all see this dude started a war and he caused the price to go up. Biden has a built-in excuse. Pandemic was a global issue.
Global.
Oil is a global commodity. And that's the reason why gas is up. But it's crazy. You guys cried so much about gas under Biden, but now you have nothing to say. I see y'all online talking about, I'll pay this amount to make sure that Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. Y'all just say anything, man. You move the goalposts. Y'all are ridiculous. What's next? We almost done here. Keep going. Trump sleep. Let's see Trump sleep.
We continue our work on negotiating international trade agreements. 59 days after we stood in this office and President Trump, standing with Albert Bourla from Pfizer, announced the first of the 17 MFN deals, together with our colleagues from the Department of Commerce under Secretary Lutnick's leadership and from the U.S. Trade Representative's office under the leadership of Ambassador Greer, we negotiated a landmark agreement with the government of the United Kingdom, in which they agreed to increase significantly the amount that they spend on branded pharmaceuticals for the first time in 26 years. That work continues with other countries. And third, we will continue our work with our partners in Congress to codify the principles that underpin these most favored nation deals, so that these savings for American families and this innovation that is unleashed at the same time persists for decades to come.
Big ass narcoleptic. That's what he is.
Out.
The Craftsman, the national average for gas right now is $4.16.
Out, man. This dude sleep. Y'all call Sleepy Joe sleep. I don't know. But Dementia Don is okay. As he sit here sleep all through everything. Dude is sleep. We don't go by the local average. We go by the national average, which is over $4. You could live in a podunk town where there's hardly no people there. Your gas is going to be lower.
Right.
When areas where more people live, the gas is higher. I know you know how demand works, right?
Yes, Mike Head, he was asleep.
Knocked out. Y'all gave Biden, so I don't remember a video of Biden sleep like that. Y'all called him Sleepy Joe, but I don't remember him being knocked out like that. Y'all have to share that video with me because I don't remember that. What we got next? Only two more.
They have to have people that make regulations now and justify their jobs if there's a lot of government jobs. So then you get wacky rulings like California recently, they're banning blackjack in casinos. No more blackjack.
Why not blackjack?
Putting a foot down. No more blackjack in River City.
Why no blackjack? I don't understand it.
No one understands it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You can play poker, you can't play blackjack. How about fuck you, stay away from me?
Yeah.
How about if I earn $2,000 in a week and I want to take $500 and go to the casino and try to win more or lose it, how about fuck you?
Yeah, stay the fuck out of it.
You leave me the fuck alone. You're
Yeah.
just another human being. You should have no opinion.
Well,
like, how much is he making?
I take $500 out every time.
Jamie?
According to this, it was banned from card rooms, not the casinos. It's kind of a different thing.
Oh, that's right. It is a card room where they play poker. That's right. Because their casinos are different. Their casinos are only like in
and that's what this whole thing
Indian
about.
places.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? This the dude that y'all didn't listen to and ran and voted for Trump, listening to this motherfucker. He don't even read everything. He's on his site just pushing misinformation. Wrong like a motherfucker.
All the way wrong.
All the way wrong. I give it to him. At least he admitted
he
when
was
he was
wrong.
wrong.
When he got corrected.
But dog, you're fucking wrong. And they always trying to talk about California and have no idea what the fuck is going on. Oh, they banned it. Oh, you can't do that. You can't have blackjack. He just talking out the side of his fucking neck. Wrong like a motherfucker. I'm happy his person looked it up. I'm sorry, Joe. You're wrong again. Pushing wrong and pushing misinformation. Telling people, oh yeah, man, oh look. Like, dog, you don't even know what you're talking about. Ridiculous, man. Let's go to the next one.
Maybe it's inevitable that you get, once the patriarchy has been overthrown, as it has been,
yes,
you get a president like this, who's emotional, all about himself, is perpetually the victim.
Remember they used to say the president's most valuable commodity was his time.
Yeah.
That's the most valuable thing the president has. What does he focus on? How does he spend his time? He's got a finite amount of time. What does he focus on? And with Trump, you're like, oh, he's focusing on the iTunes background music for his thing. He's focusing on the, new Arc de Triomphe to Trump that he's putting up at the end of Memorial Bridge. He's focusing on the ballroom. It's like, are you serious? Get real and get serious about your responsibilities. And no one ever says anything about that. And in fact, these days I find this is a new phenomenon I've never encountered. You attack Trump on the basis of substantive policy decisions that he's made, betrayals that are obvious and quantifiable, and you will get people in your face saying, how dare you attack the president? Are you serious? That guy works for me. That guy works for you.
Yeah, listen up, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
sorry.
agree.
No, your opinion matters. My opinion matters. Every American's opinion matters. We should be heard. We should be respected.
There you go.
And no way am I going to be kowtowed and not saying the obvious.
There you go. You hear that?
Tell them.
You hear that, Trump voters? The motherfucker's taking my tax dollars, so my opinion on what he's doing matters. Just because I don't fucking agree with Trump don't mean I have to kiss his ass.
Right. You using my tax dollars, I got a right to know exactly where my tax dollars are going and how you spending them.
Yeah, man. California does have the highest cost of living. I'm not going to say the highest. I think it's Hawaii. The most homelessness, I'm not going to say that they have the most homeless, but they are the biggest place. So they have a lot of people that live there. The highest taxes, I don't know if they have the highest taxes, but they do have high taxes. But they also have the biggest economy, like 8th in the world.
As of April of 2026, Hawaii has the highest overall tax burden in the United States, with residents paying roughly 13.3% of their personal income in state and local taxes.
Yeah, they always talk about California, but it's really Hawaii. Hawaii is the most expensive place to live in right now.
Frequently competing for that top spot, depending on whether they're measuring income, sales, or property taxes. It could include New York, California, or Vermont.
Wow, Vermont? Now that's crazy. Republican, and nobody lives in that motherfucker. Who the fuck lives in Vermont? well, Vermont, I think it is a Democratic state also. But Democrats believe in higher taxes, and higher taxes is why we have good streets, and we have schools that are good, and we have things that are good that helps the whole society. When you have high taxes, you should have good social programs, and you should have free buses. You should have a lot of good things in that city that comes from those higher taxes. Now, in Republican countries, states, they don't want to tax anything, so they don't have shit. They don't have anything. There's nothing to do in Republican states because they don't want to tax, and that's why shit is. Their cities are trash. That's why their states are trash. St. Louis and the fucking red-ass, Republican-ass Missouri, they don't give St. Louis no money. They fuck them. They do everything they can to make sure they get nothing, and the city is just trash.
They say while California ranks among the highest in income taxes, states like Tennessee and Washington have no personal income tax. So they rely on their high sales taxes when you go to the store and purchase things.
And see, that was the thing that they look over, because the Republicans, they have to make up those taxes in somewhere. And usually they put those taxes hid in your sales taxes. They're still going to get their money. But just because they put it on sales tax and not income tax, they're like, oh, it's better here. No, you're still getting fucking taxes, just moved around. The money that they need is still going to be allocated for them. And it's still going to be cities that are fucked and left behind, and they're going to get that money regardless. And you think it's better because your taxes are in this and in that. Whatever. But like I said, the places that usually have the higher taxes usually have the better social programs, better schools, better policing. They are better places to live in. Dog, San Francisco is one of every city has bad areas. But San Francisco is still one of the richest cities in the country. Los Angeles, still one of the richest cities in the country. Yes, they have homeless people. Yes, they have some blight and some things that's going on bad. But have you been to the Republican cities? In Republican states? I mean, they are ass from the beginning to the end. They have no good areas. St. Louis is just ass, period. And you go to all the Republican states and you look at the cities that are there, they are horrid. But we're going to get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all sticking it as we done did 3 hours today, and that's something we never do. But I appreciate y'all, man. We've been kicking it with y'all and talking shit. I appreciate everyone that's been discussing it, even David, Jeffrey, Dusty, Reason 1024, Battle Ginger, Live, what's that?
Loves to cook.
Loves to cook. We definitely, I love to eat. So, but we appreciate everybody, man, that's came in and spoke with us and talked. Even if your comments was garbage, I still appreciate what you're saying and you coming in and talking with us. So until next time, man. Yeah, man, Mississippi is just dead. It's dead, man. But until next time, guys, we will see you on the next episode of Habari Live on Wednesday. Please hit the subscribe button, man. Please follow as we're trying to build something here at Habari.
Hit that like button and notification bell. And if you want to, become a member.
Yeah, man, we love that. It's only like $2 a month to support and help us to get more journalists. Later, Jeffrey. Have a good day, brother.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.